this month, plus 5 Titan crystals as well.
Who do you think those 2 champions are this month?
I don't know.
Is there a hint anywhere?
There might be a hint somewhere around here.
Somewhere in the background?
Absolutely.
Get to that wide shot.
Yeah. How about that? Let's go to the wide shot.
It's a little bit of the stuff in the back there. That's fine. Moving on. We are
good to go.
Yeah, you are good to go. Okay.
All right, moving on. So we are going into the final month of the Fantastic Force saga. So this is the 4th month of this thing. We've got so many things going on with this. Let's get a little bit of a saga recap here. Can we get the slideshow up? There we go. So we've had saga-themed raids. We've got the Saga Sale, Alliance War Encounter Showcase, the Incursion Saga Sector. We had Doom Cycle. We got those special rotating Saga boosts, the saga-themed meta events.
Hey, just saying hello to y'all. How y'all doing? I'm going to obviously let them talk, but I want to know how is the volume for them and for me. If you could let me know, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for being here. We're going to have fun.
That's right. You also talked about Titan crystals, and I just want to know, because of the Doom Cycle, right?
Yeah.
Doom Cycle is something brand new, is completely different than anything we've ever had in MCoC. But at the end of that whole cycle, there was a Titan Crystal. Just want to look in the chat and see how many people got the Titan Crystal from the Doom Cycle. We can move on, but I'm just going to be watching the chat and see how many people got that. And it kind of
it's looking like we got somebody in here who got that Titan Crystal as well. That's right. So, don't forget, Mr. Fantastic is in the Traders Outpost store. You got a little bit more time here, but don't forget there's a few more research grants to acquire. Okay, it takes 100 of them to get that 7-star. Okay, Rebirth last call. We got a couple days left of Rebirth, so the calendar is almost rolling around. Get in there, finish off your arena milestones. If you haven't been through the Act 8 Crucible for those early objectives, get in there and get those done. Also, these guys right here, how about these StatCast relics? Dave, did you get any of those StatCast relics?
I got a lot of those.
Just testing so you guys can know. Obviously, don't want to blow anyone's eardrums out.
Yep. But before we move on, I just want to call out, I just happened to see something in the chat. Jay Bird is the word, said just came back to the game. Happy to be back. Welcome back. It's a very Cotter thing to say. But welcome back for anyone who really understands that reference. That is an old reference.
That's really old. That is very old. Like, I wasn't alive yet, old.
All right.
Sorry about that, but welcome back to the game.
I know that from like TV references. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that saga boost that we got going on here. We got the Fantastic Force saga with the 4 rotating saga boosts. First, we went through the Thing, then Human Torch, then Invisible Woman, and now we're gonna stretch a little bit. All right, we're gonna stretch out what we're doing, what we got going on here. So when you knock down the opponent, you're gonna inflict a 15-second, 20% potency debuff siphon passive. All right. Now these max at 3 stacks, and when the max is hit, attackers' special and heavy attacks gain 50% increase attack rating. This is going to work in your event quest and all of your side quests, and we got a lot of fun side quest stuff going on this month actually. So I'm really excited about that. Let's start talking about some of those side quests, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got the Fantastic Fall Fun Fair, the quadruple F, starting on September 17th, going until October 1st. It's a 2-week event, kind of based around solo modes with some solo objectives. You're going to earn prize vouchers from special solo objectives and arena milestones. You're going to trade them in for prizes containing crystal shards, profile pictures, and some more. It's going to be a fun little event going on. When it comes to the more traditional side quests, though, we got Big Blue, starting on September 10th, going until September 24th. Now, we do have a 5-week build coming up. So we have the first week, as we've been doing. There's not really a side quest going on there. We're launching with our new EQ. Some more stuff talk about there in just a bit. But on September 10th, we're launching a 2-week side quest. This is a very simple event, and you're essentially going to just earn keys via solo objectives. 4 keys per week. Get on in there, go through the quest. You got 5 fights to go through. On September 24th, that thing's going to shift over. We got a mini EQ written by somebody in this room. Say hi very loudly.
Hi, very loudly.
There he is. So, on September 24th through October, I had a feeling he was going to do that, by the way.
Know.
Until
it was not even a feeling. You know he's going to do it.
So, until October 8th, we have a 2-week side event in a mini EQ format. We got our own Kabam Vincent writing the story on that thing. Just a little miniature event quest inspired side quest. 3 paths with the story. You got to jump in there and get hungry for that October content. Is that some foreshadowing? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. All right, speaking of side quests, we actually got some new side quest difficulties coming on. So as you guys know, as we've been talking about for quite a while now, we have the adaptive event quest coming out next month. It's going to be scaling to your progression, to your prestige, kind of like keeping in line with like the current difficulty, right? So if you're a Valiant player, you may have found those side quests very easy, a little bit outdated for a while. Well, now threat level 5 is going to target Valiant players with some Valiant level rewards. Yep. Okay, threat level 4 is going to target Paragon. Threat level 3 is going to be unchanged in difficulty. So 4 and 5 is going to be bumped up a little bit, but the rewards in threat level 3 are going to be bumped up as well. But still not going to be, any different in difficulty. Tier 2 and Tier 1 are pretty much going to remain unchanged. But essentially, we're just kind of get those side quests up to snuff with what we're doing with everything else.
Yep. At the end of the day, it's just following the promises that we've been giving you for the last 8 months here, just going through all of our roadmaps and all of the future of MCoC. This is part of that widening of your rosters. We've been talking about some other items we'll talk about later, giving you better rewards and making the game feel fresh. We heard you guys before saying things were starting to get a little bit stale, so we started to put a little more crunchy in your munchie. So.
Wow.
How about that?
That's a phrase you just said.
In my munchie?
I
What's
I
my...
made that up on the spot.
I don't think I want to know what that is.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Did he say crunchy in my munchie?
And munching. How about this right here? How about you talk about this one a little bit?
Yeah, Summoners Fest coming November 8th and 9th. This is, again, the thing that's taking a lot of the time. And again, one of the reasons that I'm stepping back. However, not going to be the main host, I know that, but I can always come back and be a co-host and visit and tell you more about what's happening with all the things that we're working on, and this is one of those things. So November 8th and 9th will be happening right here in Kabam HQ. You're going to be able to meet the devs. You're going to be able to compete. We've got tournaments. We got the return of Beat the Boss. So if you ever came to our Comic-Con panels, people would just be in line, and they would come in and try to get the best time, and then they would compete at the end of the day and get some pretty great prizes. Just want to recreate that experience. That's there. Of course, we have our Battle Realm Brawl. We've got massive reveals. It's going to be a whole thing, and we're going to have a pretty dope opening show.
I know you're very excited for that.
I'm excited about the opening show.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a very good time. We've been working on this for a while. We got a lot of really fun stuff planned. Tickets are on sale, by the way, for Summoners Fest right now. If you're planning on coming, make sure you cop one of those things because you're definitely going to want a ticket to get into the show, just like any other thing that happens. You're going to need something to get into it, right? But we're very excited. We're building out a fantastic show. It's going to be great. And of course, we've got Battle Realm Brawl returning as well. Congratulations to those players who did very well in Season 30. Can we get the slideshow up there real quick? This was our current leaderboard for Battle Realm Brawl for the qualifying members here, with Pepe coming in first place with 1,000 points automatically qualifying there. We've got Andrew the Rough, Biroman, Mana Nagase, and a bunch of other people right behind. Now, we've got about 10 days left of Season 31, and once that is over, we're going to be taking all of the points from Season 30 and Season 31, combining those two together, and that will be your top 8 finalists for Battle Realm Brawl.
That's going to be great. Also, going to the chat, first time chat right here, Black Myth 3300 says, I love this game.
Wow, I also love this
As
game.
your first time chat, that is one heck of a first time chat. I love first time chats that say, I love this game.
That's great. Speaking of first times, did any of you wake up yesterday and all of a sudden you said, oh my God, I'm Paragon? How did that happen? Well, yesterday, I just dropped that on the floor. Well, yesterday...
Because you're dropping big news.
I'm dropping big news. I can't contain it. I'm going crazy with this news. So we launched...
What is that?
We launched the alternate progression to Paragon yesterday. So obviously, Paragon's been out for a while on the normal path. Complete Act 7.4, get your 3 rank 4 6 stars. Now, we're kind of opening up like an alternate way to do that, right? So now, you don't have to complete that story mode. If you're not the biggest fan of story content, if you come in, you do your EQ, maybe you're a huge Battlegrounds player. Maybe you do all other stuff in the game, but you haven't moved through the story yet. But if you got 5 rank 2 7 stars, congratulations, you've reached Paragon. Did anybody in this room reach Paragon this way yesterday? I see a hand raised.
Hand raised.
I see a hand raised.
How about in the chat? I saw a few people in the chat as well. I saw a couple other first-time chats. Someone said they loved Lamp. A lot of people love Lamp.
Yes.
That's really great. And then some people were asking.
That's very funny. That was giving that energy. That really was.
That's exactly what that was. And since you happened to drop this, that brought up the Twitch drops, right?
Yeah.
I think you were also doing that, dropping news and Twitch dropping all at the same time.
There was just so many aspects to that.
Twitch drops are active right now. Just make sure that you are all connected. Have everything locked in. Your KID connected to Twitch, and everything should be looking good. All right, let's move on.
Let's move to it. All right, so congratulations to everybody who hit that Paragon yesterday. Very, very exciting. So, moving on to an event that is kind of upcoming, we got the Sword and Stones event sale coming up.
That's
so
right.
To relate this to something that all of you might know, so this is essentially going to be very parallel to like the Count Nefaria sale track that we did last year, right? It mirrors that very, very closely. So there's going to be cash and unit offers focused on Silver Samurai in the pre-release bundles. There's going to be a web store milestone track, and this is pretty cool. They're going to be progression-based for the first time. So that allows us to kind of do a lot of things with that and play around with the tuning and make it pretty exciting for pretty much everybody involved and kind of tailored to what you might need in the game. Now, this is something that we did take a lot of feedback from the community in previous, sales and events, where one of the biggest things was like, hey, it kind of feels like all of the best value is very backloaded towards the end of the track, and the highest, unit packages, the most expensive offers. This time, we're trying something out, right? We put a lot of work into these progression-based tracks, and the milestones are going to be very front-loaded and spread even throughout.
I wasn't the only one, but I was part of that feedback.
Here, of course, but I will say that if you log into the web store every day and you get those free market points, you could essentially get a Tier 7 basic catalyst for about $10 at the end of the week, right? Which is a big shift from how we've kind of like had these milestone tracks in the past. One of the most valuable catalysts, one of the chase catalysts is right there in the front. So it's very, very interesting, and I'm very excited to see what people think of that. Of course, also, Fantastic Four Saga, Sword and Stones, we got the Thing in there as well. So 7-star Thing is going to be in a solo event. You can get him completely for free, and there is a CCP promo.
I mean, you said that as if that would make sense. You're like, so, of course, Sword and Stones, so we have Thing here.
Well, yeah, we do.
Well, what's the first one?
This is the problem with two people who think they're both hosts.
We got that. I'm getting to it. All right, so there's also going to be a CCP promo code as well, so make sure you check out your favorite creators so you can get that little free crystal as well. And speaking of Sword and Stones, the other thing on that, can we get that picture up on the screen? Yes, we can. 7-star Silver Samurai is going to be available, guaranteed in milestones, not just using the Grandmaster's Grace, but again, very similar to how we did the Count Nefaria last year. So
pretty sure I'm not going to recommend buying Silver Samurai. He looks cool. I'm pumped up for that part of this stream.
Pretty crazy, pretty insane, a very fun champion. How about we take a look at what he can do?
Yeah, I'm pumped up for this. I want to hear you guys' thoughts.
To begin, start the fight by working your way up to your special 2 with full 5-hit combos. If possible, end your combos with that second medium attack to grant your opponent 10 combo each time you do. By the time you reach 2.5 bars of power, your opponent should have close to 80 combo meter. From here, beta heavy, and if possible, punish with yours and immediately cancel into your special 2. That way, your special consumes all of their combo meter. From here, quickly build up to a special 1 and launch when available, and watch as he decimates the opponent with those spicy red numbers. Now, if you want even more damage, you can always incorporate his special 3 into the mix. That power efficiency will make it easier to spam those special attacks, and that extra overload passive will result in an even more devastating barrage from his special 1. And hey, if you happen to cross paths against a defending Silver Samurai, be sure to keep an eye on his daunted effects and your own combo meter. He'll end up gaining a reinforced passive, making him immune to critical hits, and if he gains enough daunted effects, he'll get that unblockable passive that's paused during his specials. So make sure you know how to get out of his way when he unleashes those devastating blows.
All right, how about that Silver Samurai gameplay? That's really exciting.
Oh, sorta.
What do you
nice,
think
bro.
about that? Okay, what do you think about that?
Dude, he looks sick.
Dude, you know what's funny? Like, The clip where you push the SP3, right? And I'm like, it's like 20% health there. That usually doesn't work out for me. But he crushed it, bro.
Yeah, that's what's so great about.
Yeah,
he's
T.
got
Davis,
that
I have
burst damage
thoughts.
going on.
I just don't want to talk over them too much.
You kind of like know where that reach is, right? You do those, and this is really with any champion, especially when they have that consistent form of damage. You kind of like learn what the thresholds are to make those matchups very, very safe, especially against like battleground style opponents. And you kind of just move through it, and it becomes second nature. So let's get that slide up here so we can talk about what Silver Samurai could do. So he punishes high combo meters, which I think this is a very cool mechanic. When I first saw this, right, Kabam Skippy kind of walked me through this. I was like, dude, that's a really, really cool mechanic. So from the very early drafts, I was super excited about this guy. And I feel like he just landed in a fantastic spot.
Skippy has designed some awesome champions.
Naturally, we saw him against Yelena. He's going to be very solid against those opponents that get that combo meter in the skill class. But
Squirrel
also,
Girl doesn't stand a chance.
That's right. That is right. Squirrel Girl, the best defender in the game.
Bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, two hosts. That's the problem right there.
Opponents who don't have natural combo meter, he grants combo to the opponent as well. So he's good in those vanilla matchups as well. He's got those daunted passives, overload burst damage, unblockable special attacks, power efficiency passives, and most importantly, a simple and effective kit. So I think that's really cool. We're going to go ahead and load up a fight over here. All right. And
I'll say it because they're going to set this up. I have not been able to test him yet. All my thoughts are based on just reading it and then my own ability to view what Mike just showed.
There we go. So we got Yelena here.
Cautiously optimistic about Silver Samurai.
That's all right, because we had a really, really nice version in the deep dive clip right there. So I'm going to go for the full SP2 desk. There we go. Bam! How about that?
I think that's nice.
See the full deck?
I think that's nice.
Just want to make sure you saw the full decks.
Yeah, I saw the full deck.
I just wanted to make sure you saw that.
I
saw
it.
Pretty good. Pretty nice.
I wonder who that is.
All right.
If he's watching, a big hello. You know who you are.
How about that? How about that? That was Silver Samurai versus Yelena. Absolutely incredible. Really, really cool stuff. Yeah, and there is a reason why I took it out, and I'll tell you about that later.
That is all good, man. You just
I saw your face. I saw your face.
I was just like,
so
look, we talked about Big Blue, and it was blue. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's all part of the thing.
Exactly.
Don't even worry about it.
Exactly. So let's go back to that slide real quick. Talk about that. So as you can see,
I think you're right, Taz.
Kind of got a lot of that combo meter naturally. Also through the medium attacks I was doing, through the heavy attacks I was doing, I went for that special 2, put those daunted passives on, got the unblockable, and I kind of did all of that burst damage. And I think that was pretty sweet.
Nice. So if you're going on to the Sword and Stones sale,
What's up,
and you're
Soups?
going after Silver Samurai, it has like a really great like reggae vibe, bro, because you don't have to worry about it.
And it makes me very happy.
About a thing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Move
I was doing a different song.
You were how? It's a reggae. What reggae song were you thinking of?
I don't know. Don't worry, be happy.
No, that had nothing to do with thing.
All right, so we also got another champion coming out this month.
What?
It happens to be your Summoner's Choice champion for 2025. Let's roll the clip. To begin, start the fight by performing shortened combos, stopping before your 5th basic attack to hold block and beta heavy. When they use their heavy, dash back to avoid it, and if possible, punish with your light attack to inflict your injury passes. Repeat this until you see the moon phase about to switch, then use your special 1 so it shifts during the attack to gain light proficiency and inflict the opponent with your sleep passive. From here, walk up to the opponent and attack them with a light attack as they're sleeping to inflict even more injury and work your way up to special 2. Once ready, launch, and you'll pause the full moon phase and your light proficiency passives when it activates, or if it was already active. And now that you're all ramped, use as many light attacks as possible to take advantage of the guaranteed critical hits from the full moon. And if they aren't already knocked out, just keep the assault going until they're taken down. And hey, if you happen to cross paths with the defending Mr. Knight, be sure to keep an eye on his Tranquilize passives. He inflicts them on activation of his special 2 and when the moon phase changes.
These could make it tricky to land debuffs against him, and when he's awakened, failing debuffs will inflict sleep charges. Reaching 100 of these charges will inflict a sleep passive, leaving you vulnerable against those guaranteed crits while the moon is full.
All right, and that was your Summoner's Choice champion for 2025. I absolutely love Summoner's Choice, and Mr. Knight seems like a great addition to the squad. So to go over Summoner's Choice over the past few years, we've had Hercules, Quicksilver, my boy Gladiator, Shathra, and now we got Mr. Knight rounding out an even 5 for Summoner's Choice champions.
Yep, and these are all your contributions to the contest. I personally can't say Hercules just once. Usually had say it like 3 times. With a clap.
Couple claps in there.
A couple claps in there. But yeah, this has been something that we started a long time ago, actually. We used to do all the behind the scenes on all of these. The reason why we don't do those anymore is just like it's kind of like the same kind of steps, but we do want to bring those to the live stream. As you saw his build up all the way up till now, and I hope you really like him because he's a lot of fun.
He's a lot of fun. So let's get that kid up on the board here. Perfect. Look at that. Reading my mind. So he's a skill champion, kind of focused on Tranquilize, right? A very powerful effect that kind of mitigates those debuffs being placed onto you. He's a big fan of those light attacks, and he's got that light proficiency effect going on, injury and panic effects, so he counters a lot of stuff there and also inflicts some extra physical damage, sleep passives, different moon phases, visually, but not gameplay, right? So like, well, actually, no, sorry, that's not true. He does have gameplay effects with his moon passive that shift naturally regardless of the actual moon. So he's not tied to the actual moon like the other Moon Knight, but visually, what?
It's like, that's like really confused. Like
There's a lot.
It's the moon, not from the moon, but from this moon.
This is kind of the problem with this champion's kit. It reads extremely confusingly. The developer, though, did a great job in their notes. So if you get this guy, you're interested, make sure you read the full notes from the champion designer.
Take a little look at what he can do. Go against Jessica Jones here. So when you go for those parries, some tranquilizes on. He likes to counter heavy attacks with light for the injuries. Bam, right? If you do it again, it'll refresh. Bam. Kind of keep that going, right? Now, of course, you don't have to get all those on, but I like to really min-max everything. I'm a little crazy like that. Here, if we throw the special 1, when the moon phase is about to end, I'm going to get that sleep passive. Going to walk right up. Bam. Some more injuries. And now our payoff is just about to come on. Bait that special 2. And look at that. Guaranteed light attack hits, crits. And that special 2 is going to be enormous. Might kill her before it's over. Yeah, we didn't even get to see that.
They needed a bigger health pool to really show him off there.
Very, very fun. Very, very exciting. That is your Summoner's Choice champion for 2025. How exciting is that?
I don't know. She got absolutely cratered there, bro.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Let's get that slideshow up there. Let's take a look at this guy. How about that?
Yeah, guaranteed crits are really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I personally enjoy them. Those are actually really big yellow numbers for light attacks.
Pretty huge. Pretty huge. It's really cool. It is very cool how he utilizes the light proficiency. He also has an effect that's really cool that does make it more likely for the opponent to use a heavy attack as well. So make sure you don't do that against America Chavez. But, you know, that is a very cool effect. It's a new little RPG mechanic that we're popping into the game there. And Mr. Knight is going to be available in pre-release bundles on September 16th and in Crystals and Arena on September 25th.
I cannot wait.
How exciting is that?
Nice.
So speaking of champions and new releases and whatnot, another reminder about the Grandmaster's Grace V2. Now, we've been saying this for a while. We're running this as a saga-long test. So we still have to evaluate if this is something we're going to be, you know, keep going past the saga, right? We're going to look at all the data. We're going to see how people feel about it, what it's doing, all that stuff. As of right now, the Grace timer is going to end after the saga. That is currently where we're at. If that happens to change, we will blast that news out as best as we possibly could, but I would say right now, we're keeping this as a saga-long test. We're going to reevaluate, kind of see where we're at. And, you know, of course, I think Cassandra's in there right now, and then we have Silver Samurai in the Grandmaster's Grace, and then we have Mr. Knight in the Grandmaster's Grace. It's a pretty cool mechanic.
So if you're close to your numbers, make sure that you're keeping an eye on where your number is. You might be right around the corner.
You might be.
Pretty great champion.
I'm really going to want your all's thoughts. I mean, on all of this, we'll talk about it after the stream, but on that one in particular, I'm very interested. Make sure you sign up for this, guys. I'll shut up so you can hear it.
Giveaway for your chance to win either a Titan Crystal or a selector between Mr. Knight or Silver Samurai. Speaking of, also look at this beautiful art right here of these two champions coming.
Beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely.
I love it. It's fantastic. Let's get that back up on the board.
Art team, don't miss.
Yeah, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Love those champions. Speaking of champions,
That is cool.
coming soon, Omega Days champions coming to the base pool. Very, very excited about that. I think my mic just went into it. Yeah, we're good. Very, very excited about that. So with the Titan rollover, we got Moman, Corvus, Omega Sentinel, Omega Red, Quicksilver, and Longshot are going to be entering the base pool. Very happy about that. Speaking of the Titan pool that's coming around on September 9th, on this day, we got Baron Zemo, Cassandra Nova, The Maker, High Evolutionary, Carolina Dean, and Nico Minoru.
Hey, you know what? I opened up my Titan Crystal yesterday. Was it yesterday?
What? Why?
Either way, look, I wanted the champs that were in there, but I know people are saving up for these champs here. But I did get Zola.
You did get Zola, one of my favorite champions to use.
Zola was great. That was a good time.
Do not open Titan Crystals right now. Do not listen to that.
On September 9th. And of course, as you guys know, we do have our balance adjustments that we do every single month. Batch number 2 is coming in January with Falcon, Joaquin Torres, Deathless Vision, and oh my God, this is the first time we're saying Toad will be a part of balance batch number 2, currently targeting January as the
he's getting. I've been telling everyone he sucks.
Toad is joining the squad with Falcon and also.
I'm glad to see Kabam finally listen instead of being like, no, he's good. I'm like, no, he sucks.
No, I'm not going to do a pun. I know you were expecting
I was
one.
waiting. I was bracing.
No. If I did, it would be more tongue-in-cheek, but I'm not going to do
He
it.
doesn't suck. He's just not nearly as good as they would lead us to believe.
Those are our champions for the month. That's all the stuff coming on. If only we had another surprise.
Do we have a surprise?
I think we do. Why don't we give it to him?
The ground is quaking. What's that? Rhino's back, and he's still unstoppable. His thick hide can now reduce bleed ability accuracy by 75%. Also, don't expect to crit. Rhino takes any critical rating and turns it into raw fury duration, stacking power with every charge. He also gains physical resistance in multiple ways throughout the fight. Stack 5 for trauma, 10 for unstoppable, and 15 for stun immunity. Now, his dash attack grants that fury and inflicts taunt. The farther you dash, the more fury you'll gain. Once you reach
the Rhino buff, yeah, I think this is cool.
Break through your opponent's block and launch that special 2 to stack on more trauma, and then spam your special 1 to burst the opponent and keep them stunned. Rhino's got some other tricks up his sleeve. Stay tuned to find out what else he can do. Have you updated yet? Well, you should. Rhino's buff is waiting for you in the September update.
We need to talk about the relationship between skill and science. You'll see that more and more in my videos coming up.
Oh, that one came charging right at him.
Oh, see, you can do it too.
Thank you, man. How about that?
Felt a little shoehorned, but that's okay. All right. All good.
That's right. So next month, in a few days, actually, your 6-star.
Yeah, Dre.
A little bit better.
I hope so.
That's right.
But so let's get that slide going on up here. It's launching in September. We got a complete rework to his kit. Some new stuff going on. He's still very simple, right? But some new stuff is going on here. Minus 75% incoming bleed ability accuracy. Fury passes when dashing that max out at 20 stacks. Kind of very like Nova-like in a way. He's got taunt, trauma, and breach debuffs. Breach is a new effect. It's kind of similar to the effect that Kraven has when you can like break through the block unless it is, you know, a well-timed block. Same pretty much effect there. Stun on special 1, intimidate on special 3, build that trauma on special 2, and of course, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right. We're keeping that intact.
Nice.
We're keeping the Rhino feel is there. He will still feel like the Rhino that you know and probably don't love, but hopefully you love this one a lot more than you used to love the old one, because he is a very outdated champion. So very, very excited for that.
Love the taunt on him though. That goes right in with the left, right, left, right, left, right.
Oh,
because, because if you bait out those specials, you know, because if you're going to get intercepted by a special, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also you got the Unstoppable and you got the physical resistance, so he's a very, very tanky character.
Absolutely.
So speaking of characters, we got a little bit longer on Solvark as well. We've been seeing a lot of very interesting gameplay of Solvark floating around. He's been doing very well in high-tier Alliance War and doing some interesting stuff in Battlegrounds as well. Shatter Essence is available through October 7th. We still got some more time on that, right? It's still only August, but we did want to give a little bit of a call out there because this kind of goes away, right? And we're going to start shifting over to the next one. In fact, that chase is actually going to be starting a little bit earlier than you might think. In about 2 weeks, you can get your first piece for the 4th idol. Now, you don't know who that is yet. You're going to have to wait and see. But so far, we've had 3 idols coming to the game. They've all been very fun. They've all been very interesting with some unique mechanics, right? Starting in September in Battlegrounds Season 32, the Invade Essence will be making its first appearance, and that'll be going through the end of the year, basically, all throughout the next saga as well. So, again, if you're looking for Solvark, if you got a couple pieces, missing off of that guy, get that Shatter Essence if you want to add Solvark to your team.
That's right.
That's absolutely right. So, speaking of things being added, speaking of very, very fun things, we've been talking a lot recently about the adaptive event quest, the adaptive difficulty quest. Well, I called in a favor. I called up my buddy Kevin, Kabam Kevin, and I said, my man, I need you to come on the stream. We gotta start talking about adaptive. I need you to spill all the beans with the community. Please give a hand to my buddy Kabam Kevin. How's it going, bud?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Quickly saying, no codes as of yet. If there are, I will pin them. I don't know if there will be codes, guys. I truly have no clue.
A lot of the stuff that you guys know and love. So why don't we start out by just giving them a little bit of a heads up of who you are, what you do. Let's get the background going.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm an encounter designer here at Kabam. I've been here for just over 5 years. I work a lot on Everest stuff recently, so I've done like the Epic of Pain stuff and some work on Ares, the Seasonal Everest, way back Eternity of Pain, all that stuff. But before anybody really gets to any of that, you also start working on our monthly content, our EQs and our metas, which I've had my fair share of doing. And there's always been some stuff I wanted to improve on them.
That's really interesting. So you started off doing EQs, right? Many, many years ago. You moved into some of that pain stuff. You kind of got the nickname, the pain designer, right? We've all been pained by Kevin at least once or twice. And now you're kind of like moving back into your roots. And you got all this experience. You've kind of grown as a designer in your career. And you're like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to bring a lot of what I've learned to what I used to do.
Yep.
I think that's really, really cool. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the adaptive EQ, about what some of the goals are?
Sure. So yeah, we haven't had a new EQ difficulty for quite some time. The last one was Thronebreaker. We added the Paragon Gauntlet, the Valiant Gauntlet, but they weren't really true EQ difficulties. And it's always been kind of limitation of one, having that many versions of EQ live, but also two, we introduce a new EQ difficulty and then we have to actually create a whole another new one with new tuning and stuff. So the real idea of this is that it scales to your account. So a newer Valiant player and a more established Valiant player are going to see different tuning in the enemies they fight, but also they're going to get better rewards. And so there now is just one EQ difficulty. You go in, there's only one EQ. You can't choose the lower ones, choose a higher one, etc. You just play that one EQ. Now don't worry, you still get the rewards from the lower EQs. We have a series of milestone rewards that are going to tick up and you're going to collect slowly the rewards from those lower difficulties. But yeah, and it has 2 basic difficulties. Classic, which is your normal EQ experience, and then Elder, which is kind of to push yourself. It's similar to the Valiant Gauntlet in format, but definitely a little more difficult.
Yeah, well, we got the pain designer here, so it's got to be a little bit difficult, of course. Can we get the slideshow up on the thing? So, Kevin was saying here, you go through one run of Classic, right, to unlock Elder difficulty. Now, we ran a few different tests for Valiant EQ over the past couple of months. Like we've been saying, we heard your feedback, right? The first one was received better. I will say, I feel like the second month of the second format was a lot smoother for me, at least as a player, right? We made some adjustments in between, took away one fight per pod, essentially, and it was a lot smoother. It went through very, very nicely. But regardless, we're mirroring adaptive difficulty, the Gauntlet, very, very similar to V1 of Valiant EQ, right? So that format, that kind of Crucible style format that you know and love will be coming back, right? So you want to go through just 1 completion of Classic. If you're looking for that, then you unlock that Elder. And now you're going to be uncovering a new resource called Ethereum by completing quests. Now, don't worry, it's not like another resource that you have to keep track of. It's not one of those things.
Too late, Mike. Already sounded like one.
It's going to be a way to track like your milestone progress, right? So you go through it, and then you kind of unlock those different milestones as you go along, right? So can we get the slide deck back up there? So essentially, this is kind of what it's going to look like, right? So tell us what we got going on here.
Sure. So when you load into the EQ, you go into your typical like panel for that. And on the left side, as you open the panel, you're going to see what your current PRG is, your current top 30 prestige, and then how much Ethereum you've collected overall. There's a little toggle at the bottom to toggle between Elder and Classic once you've unlocked Elder. And basically, the first time you go into the EQ for the month, it's going to lock your current PRG and your prestige. So you want to make sure before you jump in that you're at a point that you like. We mostly just have to do this because of tech reasons.
Of course, absolutely, and that's great reason to make sure things go smoothly. So as you were saying, right, these are kind of like all of the rewards that you get for like all the lower difficulties. Now this is of course a very, very high prestige account here, but just to give you an idea of what it kind of looks like if you do reach this point to make it so EQ is going to be valuable for you. But we also have this mechanic in here where you can literally toggle through the different like prestige thresholds and like progression levels. Let's say you're Paragon, right? Or you can't go backwards. I probably should have done this opposite in hindsight, but we started Valiant, and then and then all that kind of stuff, right? But you can toggle through all the things, and it shows you like what you can gain, what you can't, all that kind of stuff. And now we've been talking about prestige for a bit, right? So we're going to do a very deeper dive into Prestige 30 and all things that's happening throughout the game with that system. With Kabam Zen, we'll be returning back next stream to talk about live game stuff there. But starting in September, Prestige is going to be incorporated into the adaptive EQ alongside your progression level, right? So you can now see the 30 champions that are involved in your Prestige. Now this account doesn't have any of the new stat cast as well, but you can also hit on View Relics and you can see all how that works, and you can see which ones are better prestige or not. Also, going forward in September, you can now sort your champions on your champion screen by prestige as well. But I believe it's going to say base hero rating, which is essentially going to translate to prestige. So you can always track like where those champions are in your roster. I know that prestige tracking in game has not been the most intuitive for the past 11 years or so, but you know what? It's, but we're trying to make some moves there to make that all just a little bit more cohesive for everything going on there, and make Prestige just a little bit more impactful outside of just AQ, right? Like kind of like bring your whole roster into adaptive quests and all of that kind of stuff. So this is launching on September 3rd. And like I said, we are going to ask you go through just a completion run of the EQ, right? So we didn't want to completely remove that classic EQ feel that's been there for so long. We also didn't want to gatekeep the gauntlet too much, And
the great part about the Elder difficulty once you unlock it is, if you go and explore a quest on Elder, it automatically explores that same associated quest in Classic. So you don't have to fully explore Classic to get all the Ethereum. If you're planning on doing Elder, you can just unlock Elder by completing Classic, and then explore Elder, and it'll auto-explore Classic, get you all the Ethereum, and get you to the top milestone.
So basically, the user flow here is I'm going to do a completion run of Classic EQ, like I always have. I go through my V1 of Valiant EQ, right? My gauntlet, that's a little bit more challenging. All right, a little challenging quest for some endgame players, and then I get all the rewards from all the EQ levels. It's pretty great.
And you don't even have to do all the Elder quests if you don't want. You could do a couple of them. Maybe you're finding you don't have the roster for one quest, so you go back and you just explore Classic. You won't hit the top milestone, but you'll still be getting an Ethereum every time you do that. So it helps you goes up the milestone track.
That's really cool. This seems like a very big shift towards how the event quest kind of works, right? Even when we launched Thronebreaker back in the day, it was super exciting, it was super fun, but it was still kind of like, more of the same, just more difficult, right?
Just a new way to play, a new way to interact. The milestone chase, I personally like those. So it brings a whole new dynamic to the game, and it brings a difficulty to aspire to build your champs towards. There were some times that I'd be playing the game and I'm like, well, I built this up, but I don't really have anywhere to use it because I didn't want to go feel pain around,
Absolutely.
around his work, but that's all right. But
I personally love Kevin's work. I'm a big fan of
I'm a
Kevin's
fan
stuff.
too. I'm just saying, I just didn't want any pain.
I love when I enter a fight and I die doing no damage. I'm like, that was fun. Oh man, I want to do it again. But then you do do it and do it and do it, and then you finally get through it, and you get the solo, and you're like, dude, I did something.
That rhymed.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Thank you,
Just
man.
Do it, and get through it.
Yeah.
That needs a beat. We need to.
We'll
we're
work
gonna
on that
have to
later.
sample that.
We'll work on it
build that
later
into
because this is
something. Let's
very
go.
important as well. This has been a very hot topic in the community lately, right? We've been talking about this a lot, especially on the forums and everything. People tag me and ask me all the time. They're like, Mike, what's going on with Mysterium? What's up with the week? What's up with this? We need 27K per week. Please talk to the team. Please do this. I said, all right, I'm going to go talk to them. We're going to figure something out. We're going to get this all sorted. Don't worry. No news right now, right? But well, you know, on the forums at least, I can't give the news right away in the forums. We're going to get things sorted.
Yeah.
So with the adaptive EQ, since it's launching in that dedicated week before the side quests, one of the biggest pieces of feedback is like we want that consistent flow of Mysterium for a bunch of different reasons. So we're tossing 27,000 Mysterium in pretty much an exploration of EQ, whether that is Classic or Elder, correct? So that Mysterium is going to be there just by moving through the adaptive EQ. So now, Mysterium is going to be available every week across various game modes and reward streams. And over the next coming months, we're going to try to shift Mysterium pretty exclusively into those like side quests and event quests as well. As of right now, there's kind of like a steady flow through different diverse activities and having all different areas of the game essentially with Mysterium. We want to try and centralize it a little bit more, just to kind of streamline the entire game experience, because I mean, this game is massive. There's so much going on, right? So speaking of massive, speaking of so much stuff going on, we got to also talk about our daily quest rework, which goes hand in hand with our adaptive EQ.
I'm gonna
We've
need
been
a Cat
talking about
Murdoch
this for quite
graphic
a long time.
for all
so
this.
The daily quests are a little bit outdated, right?
A little bit.
Just a
little.
tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, they're a little bit outdated. If you need some like tier 2 class catalysts, I got the spot for you. However, if you don't, right, we can kind of update those a little bit, keep them a little bit more fresh, keep them current. These are launching September 8th. Let's go over a little bit like what these rewards are. So these rewards are probably a lot better than any of you anticipate.
Well, first off, I'm gonna stop you there because the chat was going nuts about units. It was all units. I thought they were talking about like condos and apartments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like there's a bunch of realtors in the chat. They're like, where's the units? Where's the units?
Where's the units? That's right.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Look at that first line on the slide deck right here. What does that say? All units. All is a big word. It's only 3 letters, but it means a lot. So all units from lower level EQs are going to be spread amongst the daily quest, right? You have revives and potions every single day. And then we've talked about this a bunch at this point, right? So we have new supply runs. They're going to be shifting daily and a big super one on Sunday. Let's kind of talk about some of those identities for what these are. So Monday and Thursday, you're going to be able to get some Alliance War Grey boosts. We're talking invulnerability boosts, Power Start 1 boosts, combat regen boosts. Probably don't pick that one. I wouldn't suggest that one because the other 2 are very powerful, right? But also the 6-hour boost selectors as well. On Tuesday and Friday, there's some 7-star signature stones. Wednesday and Saturday, some 7-star shards. And Sunday, you got a little bit of everything, right? So also you got the Golden ISO daily, and you also got the Catalyst daily.
It's a great shot, Kevin.
Every single Catalyst progression. Can we get the slide back up, please? So you can get every single Catalyst progression, no matter what your tier is. So there's only 1 Golden ISO, only 1 supply run for your progression. However, we know that there are players out there who are very nostalgic, who love to rank up their lower tier champions as well. Well, we're going to make sure that can happen. We also have a very wonderful graphic made by our very own Cat Murdoch. Can we show that one up here? Look at this. Now,
Hey, I asked for it. They already did it. Love it.
We actually are adding some more catalysts to the Catalyst Harvest as well. But look at this. Revives, potions every day. Look at those units every single day. 7-star shards, 7-star SIGs. The supply run is crazy. So many. The Super Sunday is absolutely crazy. And Kevin, is this going to be hard? Is this going to be difficult?
You're going to be able to do auto fight for most
Really?
of this, for your progression level.
Not even most of this. For all of
It's like all of it, man.
So that is the thing, right? So daily quests in a lot of games at the end of the day, they're not meant to challenge you. They're not meant
check
to
in, check out content.
check in and check out content. You got your daily super event going on. I mean, listen, if you're home right now, let us know in chat. How many of you go to Road to the Labyrinth to do your daily super event? And be completely honest, I do it, right? I'll be in like a meeting sometimes, and I'll just be like, let's get the phone out, just hit the auto fight going on. So instead of doing that, jump into the daily quests and get 7-star shards and get 7-star SIGs. Get Alliance War Grey boosts. That's incredible.
Units.
And units.
Yeah, for all the realtors out there.
That's the
Just
thing.
so you know, all the ones that were talking.
we've also been saying this a lot lately. We're a 10-year game, coming right on the heels of 11. It's like, we got to innovate, we got to change things up, and when we do that, things aren't always going to be able to be one-to-one, right? That could be tuning, that could be rewards, but it could also be experience, right? So all those units that were in the lower level EQs, it's not the exact same method of obtaining, right? You can't spend 10 hours grinding EQ anymore to get the lower things.
Oh no,
Instead,
it's such a shame.
Instead, we're asking you to spend a couple minutes to go through the daily quest and get a bunch of other rewards as well. So we're taking those rewards, moving them to dailies, and kind of supercharging this whole thing. And we're very excited about, the way the daily quests and the adaptive EQ and the new weekly super event as well are all kind of work together and have that daily super event right in the middle as the driving factor,
Yep. And we've been testing this for about a month or so now.
Yep.
It's very good.
We've been testing it longer. It's been
Yeah,
locked in.
he's like, we've been testing it for at least 24 minutes. At least. I'm glad Mike saved that. Mike was like, whoa, it's been a lot more than a month, dude.
It takes no mental work at all. You just jump in, you auto fight, you get cool stuff. A lot of the times you're going to get your Titan Crystal or your 7-star crystal completed without even knowing it, or just get some extra units. It's good. Look, trust me, you're gonna love it.
I'm very, very incredibly confident that you guys are gonna.
I feel bad for Dave too. He's a good dude, man. I got to meet him a couple times.
It's gonna be really great.
I think he's just really busy with a lot of other things.
What's going on with the adaptive EQ, some of the side quest stuff. That's where Mysterium is at. That's where we're moving with that. That's where the daily quest is looking like. Have you got the slide deck up here? One final look at the daily quest rework. Speaking of live game stuff and some questing stuff, we also got another event coming up in October.
Really?
Technically October. Here's the thing. We got a 5-week build, right? It's coming on October 1st, but it's coming in the September build. We got Spider-Man's Amazing Realm Tour Alliance Super Season.
What is this?
How about that? Launching October 1st, joining the Alliance and playing some of those multiplayer modes, right? Alliance War, Battlegrounds, AQ and Raids, Incursions. We got bounty missions starting on October 8th, and a Realm event where all alliances work together to unlock some of those sweet, sweet milestones. And this is very fun. And again, this is a longer build, right? So a lot of this stuff is going to be in the upcoming build in October, essentially, the bounty missions and whatnot are going to be launching then. However, this is the type of event where you're going to want a little bit of a heads up. Let's say you're not in an alliance, whether you're a new player, a casual player, or even someone who's taking a little bit of a break, right? You might want to make some moves to plan out your gameplay experience that you could be back in an alliance by October 1st, because these rewards are always pretty good every time, around this time of year for this event. So that's really exciting.
Yep, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Alliance Super Season.
Oh my God, me too. Spider-Man's as well.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, that was clever.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing Realm Tour.
I love the image choice. What was that? Was there a glitch there? There was a bit of a glitch there.
I can't tell if they're ignoring what Dave was doing or if they truly don't know.
Is there something to talk about?
I think there might be something to talk about. I think it might be a video or something to look at, but I'm not entirely sure.
What is this? It looks like Doom. Silver Samurai Doom. This is zombified a little bit because of the cape. I thought Doom 7-star, but it's not. The cape is different. He's always on the right side of the screen, so... Oh, I think I do know what this is, actually. Still looks cool, though.
There's been somebody missing in this Fantastic Four saga. We had a lot of stuff featuring Mr. Fantastic, a lot of stuff featuring Mr. Fantastic. Some stuff featuring Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm the Thing. Now we got Victor Von Doom in the form of Dread Emperor Doom as your final boss of Act 9.3.
Still cool.
Oh my God, he looks incredible. And I had to call in another favor for this one too. I called up my buddy Kabam Mimic and I said, I need you on the stream. It's so important. Nobody else can do it justice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kabam Mimic, back to the stream.
Same, TC. I want that character. I want to play that champion.
What's going on, buddy?
This is going on. I'm actually ecstatic to be here. I've been working on this guy for quite some time, and as a lot of people at the studio know I'm a big Doom fan.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. Every time I talk to Stuart about this, it's like, hey man, so Doom, right? Like some crazy stuff's going on with Doom all the time, just about the character in general. So, Mimic, why don't you tell us a little bit here about what you do at Kabam, who you are, all that fun stuff.
Sure, yeah. So I've been a champion designer on MCoC for quite some time now. But if you've been watching my appearances in this live stream, you would probably think that I pretty much just design bosses.
You're like the boss guy nowadays.
Pretty much. I believe now with this one I have passed the record for most bosses designed by a single person.
That's actually
on the
crazy.
team.
Yeah, that's actually nuts. I did not know that. So speaking of that, why don't you tell us a little bit, who are your recent bosses, or just go through all of them?
Yeah, so my most recent boss before this was actually a collaboration with Kabam Kevin on Ares.
Yeah, we got the whole squad in here.
Yep, that was a very awesome learning experience. Before that, it was Glycon, the 8.4 story boss. And then my very first venture into like boss designing land was a bit of an endeavor with the Nameless Grandmaster for the Necropolis.
What a way to start, by the way.
It certainly was.
And I gotta say, with Doom here, I really feel like you completed the Grand Slam. Because, I mean, dude, Grandmaster, absolutely incredible. Glycon, very relevant right now. Very, very fun boss. Very interesting mechanics.
I'm about to get my
I was
ass
actually
handed to me
doing,
by Glycon
you know,
in about an hour.
the Crucible over like this past week, and I haven't fought him for so long. And I was like, why am I not doing damage? And I forgot that you have to like counter his heavy, counter his special. It's very, very cool. Very, very interesting fight. Very, very fun fight as well. Awesome special attacks decks. Love it, right?
I mean, I'm
Ares.
watching the chat right now. Before you get too deep into it, this thing went absolutely insane at looking at your boss fight. They saw the footage. It's like, look, I'm just scrolling back through it. Everyone's like, yes, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Backhands,
Yeah,
slaps,
look,
all
look at
kinds
this.
of stuff.
Look, we're talking about, you know, Mimic's champions. They've all been hits. They've all been great. Incredible fights.
I just want to let you know. I also want to let everybody know that we're looking at the chat, because everyone's just like, oh, Dave seems like out of it. I'm just watching the chat the whole time because I'm waiting for a moment so that I can just like boost you up here, because like people absolutely love your work here.
Absolutely. I mean, Ares was an absolute hit, right? So
Chop, I've been telling you all, Toad needs a buff. All the Kabam people be like, he's really good. He's not. He's not. He's not. I'm glad they're admitting it here.
Awesome characters, and I mean, having
So yes, I am very excited.
work on a character as amazing as Doom, as in this incredible form, was fantastic.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about like what were your goals with this boss fight?
So I mean, the biggest one was to really represent and pay tribute to, like, in the current comic book storyline, our Lord and Savior, Victor Von Doom. And that meant giving a close analysis at what Dr. Doom looks like in our game. What do people know about him? What do people like and love about him? And what do people hate about him? And with that, a number of things came up. The first one was that there needed to be a presence of like all powerfulness,
of course,
in the fight. Omnipotence. Doom in this case has ascended to a form which grants him godlike power. And so I wanted to mess around with the way that the player made progress through the fight. Another very important aspect was everyone's favorite heavy attack in the game, the Doom Slap.
That's right.
And I am so proud to say the art team, as usual, did not miss and delivered two incredible backhand animations. The first of which is his heavy, which is essentially just a juiced up version of his existing heavy attack animation.
Oh yeah.
And then the special 3, which I will go on record saying is the most incredible backhand slap that's ever been depicted in a video game ever.
Oh, without a doubt.
Dude, we need
actually
this
got
as a
some
playable
fight
champion.
Going on right here. Now, this is a very interesting fight. Why don't we talk a little bit about the mechanics, kind of what we're seeing here?
Sure. So the first thing you may notice is that Dreadnought Doom is taking double-digit numbers of damage.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not, as opposed to the usually 4 or 5
Those
digit
are
numbers.
single digits too.
Yes. Dreadnought Doom's new form has allowed him to essentially, mechanically, he takes 99% less damage from all sources in the game, period. That's just how powerful he is.
So how do I do damage to him?
Well, the way that he's able to contain this power is with the Iron Will of Dr. Doom, famous. And I wanted to represent that in-game by giving him a resource called Will. He starts each phase with 99 stacks of this Will resource. And the only way to defeat him is to force his armor to essentially overload and stop being able to contain this power by depleting that Will. The way to do so is to attack Doom when he least expects it during his own special attacks.
Oh,
so
very interesting.
For this, we actually took some inspiration from one of your favorite characters,
Gladiator.
your boy.
My boy.
Gladiator.
That's right.
And your goal in this fight is essentially gain a resource that can be used to convert into attack windows on Dread Emperor Doom, which using those during his special animations causes him to lose will when he hits 0. He's going to transition phases and take a massive chunk of damage all at once in a big, awesome explosion.
Wow, can we get that video up again of attacking during the special attacks? Because that's, yeah. So it's very, very unique, right? This is something that is very, very comfortable for me, as Stu was saying, because I mean, hey, this is very Gladiator-like. But look at this. So as you can see, Doom is doing his thing. You're kind of going in there when he least expects it, right? And now another thing, he's got that aura going on too, and when that aura is active, you can't really block him as well. So you always got to be kind of aware of what Doom is doing, what's happening in the fight. And you can attack into the Special 1 and the Special 2. Personally, after some playtesting, I was a little bit more comfortable with the Special 1, because that Special 2 gets a little crazy. So what would you recommend, though, when you're fighting this guy?
So you're going to want to pay attention to the way that Doom gains his amplifies in each phase. Your goal is to essentially put those amplifies on him, which you then allows you to actually get will off of him during his special attacks. Sorry?
Oh,
just having a little
quick technical difficulty. Look, I got to tell you, I find it amazing that you have to get rid of Will and beat him to keep him from slapping you.
Yeah.
That's just like poetic.
Absolutely
Absolutely poetic.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of Will so you don't get slapped.
Oh, whatever. I get it. That's good.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
Oh, okay, there we go. Finally.
Okay, that's really good. Okay.
Wasn't that long ago.
I missed stuff. I was. We have some BG
ready?
stuff for
Let's
war.
go.
So I was typing
they
that.
mentioned how you get those amplifies, incredibly important, and then watching for the times in his special attacks that you'll be able to actually attack him to remove that will. It is important to also, one thing to really watch out for in this fight is the ways in which Dr. Doom, or Dread Emperor Doom, inflicts his Baptism of Doom effect.
How does that happen?
That can happen in a number of ways. Each phase adds additional ways that the baptism can get on you. And once it does, it's game over.
Ooh,
That's right. In order to fully represent the power of Dread Emperor Doom, you can actually die in one hit.
On the heavy attack.
So his heavy attack is also an instant knockout.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Important, when Dread Emperor Doom basically sends you off this way, he sends you off with his blessing. Each time that you fall to this mechanic, you'll enter the next fight stronger.
Love that.
You'll actually remove additional will every single time that you do. So in exchange for this, incredible power, there are trade-offs, and very importantly, we wanted to make sure that the fight is challenging but fun and feels like you're making progress every single time you fight him.
Love that.
Nice.
That's really great. And the same kind of thing with Ares as well. So personally, I love seeing what you take from each of your designs and bringing it forward with you as you progress through your journey of creating all of these incredible bosses,
Yeah, absolutely. I would say each boss has carried elements of the previous one without question.
Yep. Yeah, you took in Glycan into Ares. There's Ares in here. I love the fact that it's sometimes if there's a boss that you just can't beat or you're really struggling with, and you just keep on dying, it's a slog to get through. I love the fact that you thought about that and to come back a little bit stronger to help you move through this fight. I mean, there's something great about going through and doing a one shot. That's awesome. But a 2 and a 3 and a 4 shot, for those of you that suffer from that,
it is just as good.
Just as good.
It's all about the journey. It's not about
all is good.
We definitely put a lot of thought into the ways that the player would approach, how many times it can take them, and we put a lot of thought into like how to make difficulty happen while still allowing things like, you know, the solo, right?
Yeah.
So important to continue to allow things like that. And I spent a non-zero amount of time thinking like, okay, with this new will system, how do I still allow, let's say, MSD to do his 2-star solo
Right.
of Dread Emperor Doom eventually?
Of course, I love that, man. And so, speaking of MSD and other very creatively and talented players, So, we talked about like what?
Nothing. Look, I heard giggles, so I giggled along. Like that's just what happens.
So, you know,
Poor
we
Dave.
talked about
I do feel badly
tagging
for Dave.
specials. How many times do you think it would be safe to do this? We kind of talked about this a bit yesterday.
Yeah, so each of Dread Emperor Doom's specials has 2 windows in which it is safe to attack him. So within these windows, it's very safe to attack him once. Just dash forward with a medium and then back off to dex the other thing. If you're feeling spicy, you can go for 2 attacks in one of those windows. Essentially, the timing on dashing forward, dashing back allows you to get like a medium attack and a light attack in on one of those things, and then you can safely dash backwards. It's a very effective way to do the fight. If you're feeling, I can't even express how spicy you need to be feeling for this.
Super spicy.
Super spicy. You can get 4 hits into
One special. So 2 and 2 essentially.
Yes.
Wow.
I have been able to do it so inconsistently.
Yeah.
The timing is so tight. So yeah.
Sounds like you're issuing a challenge
That's
out
what it
there
sounds like to me.
to everybody watching to get those 4 hits in, upload it onto YouTube, onto Discord, into all the community spaces. Maybe go watch some of your favorite content creators, see if they can do it, if they can complete Mimic's challenge.
Yes,
That
I will be
is-
watching.
You better be watching.
Did you choose 4-hit possibility because this is the Fantastic Force saga?
No
and
way.
That's
Did
part
you?
of the 4? Is that just say yes? Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
this
what I'm
guy.
talking about.
This guy is
That's-
creative. How about that? So Dread Emperor Doom is absolutely incredible. He's so exciting. I can't wait for him to launch on September 10th. Let's get the slide deck up so we can see this really quick. We're not going to run through all these rewards, but you can take a screenshot, look at it later. There's a lot of juicy stuff, a lot of Tier 7 basic, a lot of everything that you're going to want. All right, 9.3 is going to follow the other Act 9 and Act 8 formats here. 6 quests, 3 paths each. We're trying something a little bit different. We're putting class gates on the lane to make it a little bit more interactive, so you can't just kind of go in with your new 7-star rank 4 Call Obsidian and smash it in 2 seconds. That guy is absolutely insane, by the way. But Dread Emperor Doom on September 10th.
Is that enough to rank 4
Thank you so much
champion?
for joining us here today.
Yeah, he looks absolutely fantastic. And all I gotta say is, look.
Thank you,
backhand
TC.
Back. All right. Very good. Moving on.
Fantastic. So that was
Thanks for catching that, by the way. That was really
But
good.
only one rank 4, right?
That should be a thing.
It should
All right,
be, but it's
moving on.
not. Anyway, that
It totally is.
that was Dread Emperor Doom. Can we get the slide deck up right here for this very, very special announcement? We have Summoner's Choice Rework 2025. You all voted last month between Loki, Ghost Rider, Winter Soldier, and Black Widow. And it's time to reveal the winner of Summoner's Choice 2020-25 in the Rework category.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you know what? That's a pretty awesome chain reaction that just happened. You know, earlier on when we had Kevin come on, right? There was like a few people in the chat that were like, "Oh, is he sitting there the whole time?"
Who, Kevin?
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, it was just with us, and then we finally, like, zoomed out.
Yeah, sorry for you Loki fans.
Kind of, like, pan
Ghost
out,
Rider
like
just-
someone who's just there the whole time.
Yeah, why don't we talk about Ghost Rider a
Yeah,
little
but
bit?
we're going
He was
to do
gonna
that
win.
now that we're ready to do that.
Fantastic.
All right.
Ghost
let's
Rider.
go.
Ghost Rider won that 2025 vote. Very, very excited about that. Absolutely incredible. We had 4 very, very fun
Pumped up for
options
Ghost
there,
Rider.
and I cannot wait for Ghost Rider to get that Cyclops treatment, right? So that's going to be later on down the line. Of course, we'll be keeping you updated.
Half the
throughout
community
entire
just turned
thing as
out.
we go along. But let's
They're like,
get the slide
no,
deck
not
up
the
there.
Cyclops
Just
treatment,
one more
please,
time.
God, no.
This is Super, super exciting. I love Summoner's Choice. We were
I like
talking about
Cyclops, by the way.
tonight. Kind of poetic, right? So we showed off the Summoner's Choice champion for 2025, and now we reveal who won the rework for 2025. We're just kind of starting the cycle from there.
Chop,
right?
I want to look at him closer too, because I didn't think the rewards looked
Keeps
good.
Going. It's perpetually going. Absolutely
The
love it.
graphic is awesome, by the way.
It's
Art
incredible.
team, don't miss.
I like Cyclops TC. I'm saying half the community. I'm not part of that half, but I'm aware of what they feel and think.
Our creative service department, I hit him up and I said, hey man, you know, Ghost Rider 1, I'd love to do a little something with that. You think we can maybe do that? Like 15 minutes later, he's like, what about this? I was like, I think that works.
That's right.
I think it's incredible. And then someone was like, can we get a motorcycle sound on it? And now there's a motorcycle sound on it. And I think that is awesome.
We'll go over the stream when we're done. I'm not going to jump straight into Crucible.
That's the thing that we are working on for our Summoners Fest coming up. We want you guys to see what our art team does, who's in it, and just what they can do. I know I'm kind of spoiling it a little bit, but I mean, our team don't miss. I really want you guys to see that because that's just awesome.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And now we got to do it because you said it on the live stream. It's locked in.
It's all right, dude.
How about that?
We are good to go.
We are fantastic. All right. Oh, look at this. That is a little squish there. Can we get the picture there? Beautiful. So, what is this?
No, literally, what is this?
Narrative roadmap tease. Well, guess what? I called in another favor to another good buddy of mine. We got Kabam Vincent with us in the house. What is going on, buddy?
Hello, I am in the house.
I love it when you're in the house.
I am here.
Fantastic. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what this slide is? Can we get that on the screen, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So hey, everybody. I am Vincent. I'm your principal creative writer. And you know what? We've run out of creative narrative roadmap that people had before. I gave them a few teases. I gave them a few ideas of what was coming up. I gotta say, our player base, real good with the teases.
Frustratingly
good with the teases. I give a little tease, they figure it out. They got it all worked out. They figured out all the little teases on it. So I took it upon myself to make this unnecessarily hard and complicated for my own personal amusement. This does not benefit you in any way. This is just for me. I am a cruel person who enjoys watching you suffer. Please clip that and use it later. Anyways, what you're going to see here on the top of this narrative roadmap tease, that's a big string of letters. Now, previously, I was giving anagrams of each individual month.
Too easy.
Did you know that there's just websites you can type letters in and get a bunch of anagrams out of? Because I found out about that after people were solving anagrams in 4 seconds.
Dude, Dre, I hope you're right,
So
and that would make
I'm
sense.
giving you all the letters of the upcoming event quest names, and I alphabetized them for you to make it easier to keep track of. So just have fun with that. And then I decided, clues. Previously, I've given colors, I've given little hints. We used to show like full comics where you could pick out where the character was on it. People figured those ones out real quick. I decided to get even more scavenger hunt with it this time.
I'm sensing a little bit of saltiness from you about this.
Salt.
Yeah, if you ever interact with me on Discord, you will find that I am aggressively salty for my own amusement. And I suggest that you do that. I will snap back at you.
I do have a question for you, though. You mentioned, like, you didn't want to do tease, right? But
Yeah.
there's 3 of them in there.
That's fair. Thank you for that.
Great.
Anyways, bringing back up the slide.
Walk us through this
So
a
I'm
little
going to show
bit.
you. So September I've put up there because we already know September is coming up here. All right. So this one's kind of like your Rosetta Stone for how this is working. So the clues are from May 2024, as we all remember who came out in May 2024.
Definitely.
For that, we had Silver Sable and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Of course.
We had their 2 classes represented there, but also Silver Sable. This month we have
Silver Samurai.
Double hints. Now, is each one of these months going to reflect that level of intensity? No. Might not even represent the class. Might not have the theme. Maybe I just saw a letter in it that reminded me of the champion. Who's to say? I'm not saying. Suffer. So, what we have here is just enough information to get you started, get you speculating, give you just enough of a clue where you can feel very confident about something until someone else disagrees with you and the legs get kicked right out under your guess. And again, at the bottom of here, is this more complicated than I need it to be? Yeah, we can just tell you who's coming up, but where's the fun in that?
It's not there.
The fun comes from the suffering. And we learned that by watching how I'm never going to beat Dread Emperor Doom.
Oh, gosh.
There is no chance that I'm doing
He's
that.
reminding me of the Joker from
super
like the
fun.
early
We got
Batman when I was a
clues
kid.
coming up, and in fact, I did maybe plan to
Like Arnold
link
Schwarzenegger, Jim
you
Carrey
somewhere in this stream
era.
as well for an upcoming champion this year. I'm not gonna tell you what it
Or
was.
maybe you didn't, so that they just have to watch the stream multiple times and we get more views.
That's true. Who's to
right.
say?
Us, but we're not gonna.
That's right. So absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thank you,
so
Old Man
much,
Easy.
Vincent, for coming on here.
Like,
and
but
doing
that actual
You know what, why don't you
Joker,
stick
like,
around for the rest
I
of
think
the
that's
show?
because the mustache is creating the face.
Right. We're not gonna
And
do
yeah,
that.
I like
So,
Vincent
again,
too.
one
I think he's good for the
reminder
game.
For the giveaways, if you haven't entered, right? So make sure you go to playcontestofchampions.com/stream giveaway for your chance to win. You know, 1 of 5 Titan crystals or 1 of 5 Mr. Knight or Silver Samurai. Absolutely incredible stuff. Now, of course, what do we got next?
Roadmap recap.
That is right. We
And
got some updates as well. So now, Radiance, right? Radiance has been live for quite a bit now. Can we get the picture-in-picture here? Radiance has been live for quite a bit. You guys love Radiance. I love Radiance. It's in all those competitive modes now. It's in Battlegrounds, Alliance War, Alliance Quest, Raids. It's a lot of them, right? It's absolutely great. There's so much stuff in the Radiance store. Battlegrounds, speaking of, let's talk about that. So this kind of went live this month. We got the removal of the decline or accept screen, finally replaced by an automatic match countdown. We're still working on some of those little leagues, the shuffle update, and also we're still talking about that whitelist, blacklist possibility. Again, Kabam Zen is going to be joining us on the stream next month, talking about a lot of this stuff, a lot of live game stuff regarding AQ, AW, Raid. So Zen is very much so in charge of like everything that you play, right, in the game. So we're going to have a big conversation next month as well. It's going to be very, very, very fun.
Yeah,
Side
Little Leagues
quests.
is exciting.
What was that?
Little Leagues is exciting.
Little Leagues, you're very excited about Little Leagues.
I'm excited for the prospect of it. Like I like more people doing more things.
Yeah.
And Little Leagues is I think that vehicle for that. So very, very excited. I'll be watching from a distance.
Absolutely.
But all good. Let's go.
So side quests, we've done a lot of stuff with side quests, right? More to come. We did the Fantastic Force recruitment.
Yep.
We even tossed out something completely different with the Doom cycle, right? And there's more stuff to come, more experimentation, more innovation. Event quests, auto scaling. We've been talking about this for like 4 months now,
it's
dude.
4 months, yeah.
4
But
or
it's
5 months.
Finally coming.
It's finally coming, and I can't
Finally
wait.
coming.
And I'm so excited. Next week, this is here. Solo raids are live. That's one of your favorite things in the game.
I actually like solo raids a lot. I want to ask the chat, like, how much do you like solo raids? Right
Yeah,
now,
TC, thanks for hanging out, dude.
The objectives, the solo objectives to go along with it. But I mean, it's always there. Like, I love being able to like test out different things, try out different things, experiment different ways, different buffs on different styles. It has been one of my favorite modes.
Yeah, I want to go back and look at the 9.3 because on first glance, it looked very disappointing to me as
It's a
well.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
So look. Our team don't miss, but you know, on this one, game team didn't miss either.
Of course not.
So let's move on.
Lots of fun. Daily Quest rework, we talked about that in full detail here on the stream, right? I am so excited for this to finally go live, to get this one in your guys' hands. It is so good. It is so fantastic. The weekly Alliance Super event kind of goes hand in hand with the daily Super event and also that adaptive quest. So those 3 things going live. We got the Sigil update. This was back in July at this point, but hey, Sigil, it's live.
Yeah.
It is live. The Act 6 update as well. We kind of like dropped this bomb on you guys last stream. Now this one's in progress. I was actually talking to the guy behind the mastermind behind this yesterday, and we're very excited about it. Moves are being made. We're testing this now, right? So there's going to be a bunch of updates with here. So there's going to be gameplay updates, reward updates, and you know, a little spoiler alert: the rewards are going to be better than Act 5 and a little bit worse than Act 7 probably. So that's going to be really fun, right? For all the people.
You were just fine with better than Act 5. Did you have to come and be like, but.
Well, of course, it's in between 5 and 7. That's
just
the whole thing.
Just roll with the good.
Anyway, they are going to be better than Act 5, of course, right? So that's the fun of it. And for anybody who has been like kind of hard stuck in Act 6, for either progressing players or even players who are kind of like moved away from story content, we're really hoping that this is going to like kind of open up the game again for those players and kind of just get them through Act 6.
I think there's a tension between app content and what they just said. I want to talk about that afterwards.
Of course.
So, yeah, let's run through it.
What did we say, right? When we did Radiance, we said the reason why we're doing Radiance in this way is so that's going to be easy for us to update every couple of months. It's been live for about 3 or 4 months now. Coming in October, we are committing to a Radiance update. But not just a Radiance update. What else do we got going on in October? a Glory Store update as well. Now that one is also a little bit outdated, we're feeling, right? So Radiant and Glory Store both going to be updated in October. Very, very exciting. Very, very fun. Can't wait to see what it is. More details to come next stream, of course, because hey, the tuning is not done yet. So we're working on that. We got a whole month to kind of lock that in. And we're going to be
kind of a glorious update then.
very, very glorious update.
All right.
That's also a little disappointing.
How about that?
Very easy.
Incredible.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh, we got to get our winners in there.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you know what? Actually, we probably need a little bit of a refresh
Yes, we
on
do.
that one.
Tell a joke.
In the meantime, what do you mean tell a joke? That's not how that works.
No, just lock and load.
Yeah,
No.
just it. Just go ahead. Just tell
No,
a joke.
word man, tell some words.
Jeez.
You got it, Stig, man. Thanks for being part of it. Love it.
VQ, and I want to be really clear on this, is it means that playing through on the classic mode, you still get the story. I know a lot of people, so many people were sad to not get the story on Valiant.
It's true, a
in the
lot of people
classic
were.
mode. You can read it every month and guarantee, and this is most important, my job security. That's for
See,
me.
that right there is why I like Vince so much. That was like a perfect example of it. If you guys have questions on it, ask me later. But I really think
And so if you stop reading story, Vincent.
If you do you guys like Kabam Vincent? Well, if you do,
No,
you better read
no,
that
do not,
story.
do not.
We don't.
I think he's
want
very good
Vincent
for the
to
game.
You did this to
We want him to
yourself.
stay
This is
here.
very much my fault.
You did this, and now you will suffer.
That's
Your favorite
right.
word today, apparently.
Suffering.
All right, looks like we are ready to go. All
right, let's get that
we're
up on
going
the
to
board.
announce our giveaway winners.
good luck to you all. Hope you won.
All right, for our Titan Crystal, we've got a Nomad 212, Boxy Char, I like that. I like the way that sounds. Mashed Buttons, Odvin, and Alpha 06 got a Titan Crystal. Congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah, he's we share alliance.
Really?
Fun, yeah.
Cool. When you actually know someone who wins.
Yeah. All right, champion choice coming up. We got Didor 344.
Yeah, I don't recognize those names.
Haruniv. I think that's what it is. Jorge Balderas. Well, I could have said George, but I'm thinking it's Jorge.
Yeah, good pronunciation,
I think we're
Dave.
talking Jorge
Nicely
here.
done.
You can give us a confirm in the chat there. Is it Jorge or is it George? I'm going with Jorge. We got G-Kiss Bamf. That's a very nice Nightcrawler theme there. And do you know what BAMF stands for, by the way? I can't say it on the stream, but anyway, don't worry about it. Big Boy 9473. Congratulations to all the giveaway winners.
Is it not being a magnificent friend?
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So congratulations to all of our winners, and of course, as we move forward, can we get this screen up, please? It is just black right now, but it is no problem at all.
Now it's over there.
Now it's over there.
No, Mr. V, someone on the new smaller Discord I started won last time.
Yeah, so leaving.
I know
as
that was
host,
Z, so
which
I don't think that's
is
the name
good,
they used to
right? I'm
win.
not
But
gonna leave
no,
you out in the
real.
cold,
And
except that I am.
I know someone else who won a long time ago,
Definitely leaving you
too.
out in the cold. And the way that we're going to do that is through a promo code. My goodbye
promo
gift
code.
is going to be Iceman in 7-star. You can get it from the Summoners Market. Not right now, but you can use the code I love Boss Rush Iceman for those of you that love history,
Iceman.
or you can use I'm Cool with Dave. That's another one you can use. And also, Dave was right. At the end of the day, okay, and you can get that on September 4th at 11 a.m. with the Sword and Stone sale. Make sure you're in there at 11 a.m. Now, one thing I did forget to put on here is to call out what the progressions are. So I will read that off to you right now. If you are Valiant, then you get a 7-star. Right? If you are a Thronebreaker to Paragon, you get a 6-star. If you are Uncollected, you get a 5-star, and everyone else gets a 4-star. No, sorry. There's one more.
Cavalier?
Yeah. No. At 3 Contender, I believe.
You want to know what you guys
Yeah.
get? You get an Iceman based on your progression
That's
level.
it. That's what it is. Yeah, I
That's what
totally
you
forgot
got.
that last one. But everyone else gets 3-star. So, important things. If you want that 7-star Iceman, get yourself Valiant and jump on in. But that's what it is. It is not for the chat. You're going to do this on September 4th at 11 a.m.
Oh, that's not
in the
until
Summoners
September
Market.
4th. Okay.
Jump on in and enjoy your 7-star Iceman.
That's right. So let's wrap this thing up a little bit here. So let's get the slideshow up there, right? We got the Fantastic Force finale. We got 4 months of this saga, and it was really a jam-packed saga. This summer was huge.
Long 4 months. I went to a premiere at some point.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
You went
that
to a
was wild.
lot. You saw that movie like 12 times. So we got the Sword and Stone sale coming out on September 4th, Act 9.3 on September 10th, new champions, as always, and the Fantastic Fall Fun Fair, the FFFF. How about that?
Yeah, that's a...
The Fantastic Force Fantastic Fall Fun Fair, the FFFFF.
There's 6 Fs, bro.
That's a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, that was faster.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's impressive, bro. Actually. All right, so
I have my moments.
people say, hey, Dave, are you leaving? I'm not fully leaving. I'm just not going to be the main host of the live stream moving forward. You are going to have the illustrious Kabamasaurus Rex taking over the reins. I will be back to visit. I'll be a guest here and there, breaking down things like CCP 2.0, our Summoners Fest, and the other things that we have going on. And it's going to be a great time. You're in great hands. No one better I can think of to take over. So you'll be. It's going to be great. I'll come back. I'll give you some puns on future stuff. So
I'll think about it.
Don't worry about it. Anyway. If that is all, then that is absolutely all. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us on My Last Ride, your future into MCoC live streaming. Lots of stuff to celebrate. Don't forget to jump on into the Summoners Market on September 4th at 11 a.m. for both the Sword and the Stones. But if you want that,
Watch Mike
Iceman,
throughout
you got
this
some
whole
time
thing.
to work on it if you're not already Valiant. And I'm super excited about that. So we'll see you
In the Battle Realm.
Contest.
All right. Here, I'm going to try to bring the stream back to the 9.3 rewards so we can chit-chat about that. I think we found it.
So you can't just...
And then here, I'm going to also... I got to go back down to sit-down mode. Got to get to sit-down mode. We're lowering the desk. We've got a sit-stand desk. It is very helpful. I recommend them if you can get yourself one. Got to turn on this light. Got to get the lighting correct. See, that's the kind of stuff I do, man. That's the next level sort of technology things I do here. And I turn that light off when I stand up because I don't want you all getting blinded by the light. Okay, let's go ahead and got to do a few things here. And we will get on to the 9.3 rewards. I'm going to be really interested in your thought on it. I know I don't sound interested. The tone of my voice sounds incredibly uninterested. But I do want to do that. I want to turn the music on. Get a little of the... a little bit of the excitement going. Let's see here. Playlist... All right, much better. Much better. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I did say I would answer one question really quick before we jump into the 9.3 rewards. We will do Crucible at some point. In fact, I should do the, what's the timestamp on this? We're going to do the review, the stream review. So that way folks know in case they tuned in later, watch on the playback. What was the question here? Can they please talk about Dormammu fight is bugged? I can't do the Karina challenges. To be honest, Tez, I have no idea. I want to be clear. There's just so much in the game that I can't even tell you that I know which Karina challenge you're talking about. That sucks, man. Like we're all going through like the connection issues. I know that they're saying they're going to give us compensation. I will tell you right now that if I ran Kabam, I would have been like, get that compensation out. The reason is, I think like literally every hour, the compensation is needing to go up. Like, you know, like if they had got comp out like a week ago, it would have been like, well, there's a 7-star crystal, maybe a few revives. And then, you know, we would have been like, well, they compensate us for it. They're doing their best. But like literally every hour, someone new in the CCP or someone on Twitter or someone is like, dude, I just lost a boss fight or a war fight or a Bee Gees fight. And like, I'd be like, dude, stop the bleeding, suture that thing now. So what I'm telling you is, yes, I hear you that it's probably bugged. I'm going to assume you're correct. I am sorry. That sucks. I think Kabam needs to, they've got some fires in the kitchen and they need to put them out, man, because they ain't cooking. They're just burning stuff. That just came to me. That's the sort of genius, comedy genius he used to. Faith, I think that is in the language of Turkish. I'm sorry if it is not. I don't know how to speak it nor read it. If you have the ability to translate that, I would probably be very happy to talk about that. I'll read through the chat just for a minute here. I found myself down. Yeah, I'm a little down on the 9.3 rewards too. That's why I pulled this up. Something didn't look right to me, and I'm hoping that maybe I just didn't see it properly on first read. Like, you know how it is. Like the first glance at something, you're like, sometimes I know I can be a little too excited or a little too down, and then when I really look through it, it balances out. So we'll get there. What's up, Brad? What's up, everyone? Thanks a lot for the membership. Appreciate that greatly to both of you. Was there a promo? There is no promo code. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Because I know, and I get it, man. I like free stuff too, dude. I love the free stuff. I love it. We all like it. You know, it's like when someone offers you food and you're like, I'm not really hungry. I just ate, like, it's free. You're like, all of a sudden I made room. I made room all of a sudden, especially if it's ice cream. What's up, Crazy Canuck? How you doing, man? Lost 55 minute streak since reset. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, man. I faced some people in Battlegrounds. I'm pretty confident something went wrong. Like their defensive placement in like our round 2 or 3 matchup. I was like, that can't be right. There's just no way that they intended that. I mean, what am I supposed to do now? Lose intentionally? No. And so I played the match. One of them, I was like, this may have been a strategic decision on their part. But I'm very comfortable with the idea, like, you know, well, I'm not going to make Monopoly jokes. I don't know. Does anyone play Monopoly anymore? If you still play Monopoly, will you let me know? But I was like, I think that was an error, and I just happened to keep my connection. Theirs obviously went out, or something went wrong. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I don't want to win that way. I don't want people losing that way. I want people to enjoy the game. You know me. Like I always say, I'm not anti-Kabam. I'm not pro-Kabam. I'm gonna always judge them or like reflect on them based on the merits of what is out. It's a live service game. They're always telling us that, right? It's live service. We're doing our best. That's right. So like literally we are judging our enjoyment and our opinions by the minute. Sorry, I just got a message from my wife, one of the 3 most important people in the world. So I'm going to take a second to see what this is about. She is a phenomenal, phenomenal woman, and I appreciate her and I love her. Thanks for giving me for understanding that it's going to be a small aside. What was I saying about Kabam? And so my loyalty, my thing is always to you guys. And right now, I think the game's in a really crappy minute by minute place. Like all this other stuff, it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. But when you log in and you're trying to do the Karina's challenge, or you're trying to do a boss fight, or you're trying to do war, or you're trying to do Battlegrounds, and you're like just seeing a spin wheel, it's frustrating as hell, man. So, and I want to be clear too. I'm not going to be like, I'm the only. There's a lot of CCP folks being like, guys, you got to get this stuff corrected. You got to do it. All right, so let's move on. Thoughts on MODOK? Want him Awaken, decent defender. The full tier list with all the updates going over all the buff champions, all the rebirth champions will be out literally tomorrow at my usual time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We don't spend much time on MODOK because they didn't do much to him offensively, which I am very disappointed by. Disappointed by because he had all those synergies and I was really excited about it. What's up, Triple Chan? How you doing, man? My wife messaged me back. I don't think she knows I'm streaming right now. We covered Silver Sam. Hey, what's up, Maddie? How you doing, man? Thanks a lot for being there. Just as a quick aside, you know me, we do a lot of asides, and we will get to this. If you are not familiar with Maddie's channel, I think you should familiarize yourself with this. Maddie is not in the Illuminati, so, but you guys know, I don't just only shout out Illuminati. If I see something good, I'm going to tell you about it. And Maddie's channel, I think, is very smart. And it makes me laugh my ass off. So when he's making jokes, make sure you translate them through that there's a joke filter. Okay. Make sure you keep that in mind. But also very smart. This isn't just like, a joke channel. It's very, very smart. Big fan. So make sure you check that out. Go check him out. In fact, I need to leave the promo code message pinned up, but go check out Maddie. You might even see him on my channel very, very soon. Got myself an R4 Cassandra. Dude, how you liking her, Canuck? Yeah, I literally am going to ask that question in the general tier list. I think she's not a confusing champion. I think she's a complex champion. And I just, it's hard to know what to do with them on the first month. Stink, just so you know, you are number 2 and number 3 most important people. That's true. It goes, my wife, stink again, then my children. It's weird, I know, but YouTube is a weird place. I just pulled Immortal Hulk, my first time. Any thoughts? Yeah, man. So Immortal Hulk is, there's a lot there, man. Congratulations. I think he's worthy of ranking. You could and might do some really fun stuff with him, particularly in like longer form content. He really gets the opportunity to like pop off and shine. The science class since Immortal Hulk really came into the game. One, the game has changed a lot, like Battlegrounds, and then also the way quests are done now. Like you think about like the Crucible and all that stuff, like a single fight. So he's still gonna pop off in a lot of places. If you enjoy him, you're gonna have a lot of fun. But yeah, when it comes to like my tier list, well, off the top of my head, I haven't thought about Immortal Hulk in forever, but I would think we have him probably in the 4th tier. 3rd tier is like, these are still great champions. Rank them up if you enjoy them. Have fun. They're going to do a lot for you. These are very, very good champions. 4th tier is like, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing, okay? So that, I know that one cut both ways, man. I love Maddie's champ. Yeah, Maddie's awesome. Maddie's awesome. I just want to be clear for folks who are used to my style of humor and things like that. They might be like, I can't believe you said that. Not you all, you know, but some of the ones who want to clutch their pearls. And I think relax, like is my take on that. As my take on it. I laughed my ass out. The other day, we did some construction in my house and the guys were still working and I work from home, so I couldn't get much done. And I just went on a Maddie marathon and just laughed my ass off for multiple hours. Cassandra Nova outdated by Samurai Boy instantly. I can't tell you you're wrong, man. I can't tell you you're wrong. I want to get to the 9.3. Y'all are making some really good points, and I want to talk about them. And we will eventually play Crucible too. But I want to do 9.3 because I've been saying we're going to do it, and I have it on screen. I want to look at this because for me there's this tension, right? Of like, they spend all this time, they being Kabam, on like the art team, but then like the designers, like Mimic, the man who created this boss fight, is also a champion designer. And so that's human hours, right? Like going into the design of all this. And dude, he looks amazing. What the actual fight will be like, I don't know. You guys know I don't test it because I don't do a guide. Okay. If I'm going to do a guide, then I'll test it, but I don't. So I just kind of, I don't know. I leave that to Simula and Noob. But then, you know, then we get to it and I look at these rewards, and how are you feeling about these rewards? Like this is 9.3 completion. You got the 3 alphas, some 7-star I mean, Titans are the premium. That the pool is getting better and better. So that's valuable, but that's still only 5,000. I guess it's just initial completion. Some 7-star history, so that's like 1 7-star. The Statcast relic. I mean, that's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset that it's there. The class catalyst. So this is getting you on your way to taking a champion to rank 3. The way I'm. If I've got my resources correct, you all correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So in the tier 7. Oh, okay. There's more tier 7 basic than I realized. I didn't realize there was tier 7 basic in the completion. That's not making me be like, wow, it's amazing. But it is like, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. This is what I was talking about. Like, first glance, I was like, dude, this is rough. But seeing that's like, what, 1.5? Or is that a 2 full tier 7 basics? That might be 2 full. You all can let me know. Then we're on to exploration. 2 7-star, 1 2. Okay, so that's cool. So you just get it for free. That's nice. I'm at that point too. Like if I pull a new champion, I want to take him to rank 4. It is very resource heavy to do that. 2 7-star class hero crystals. I mean, again, that's cool. Especially like, you know, we had someone in the chat here who pulled Immortal Hulk. They need those 7 stars. They need that. Like that's important. So 7-star crystal, not meaningful to me, but to a lot of people playing this game, very, very meaningful. The class catalyst, it is a selector, so I like that. So I feel like, hey, if you've pulled someone through the 7-star crystal or the Titan, you can specifically know, because you got to do the selector first. Right? You're going to have to take the selector first before you open up those 7-star crystals. I hate that about selectors. Then the 7-star StatCast relics, so those are coming into the game. I do see the chat moving at length. I just want to fully look at this, make sure I know what I'm talking about, and then I will definitely go back to you all. So keep making those points, please. 20,000 7-star Titan shards. So again, like, I wish the selector could be done post. You guys let me know. Maybe they did fix that. I think I recall them talking about wanting to fix that. Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst, three Tier 4 Alpha Catalyst. So that's, I mean, the 47-star 6 stones, that's making me think they are generic, which is obviously great. And then the 157 Tier 7 Basic Catalyst Fragments. So if my math is correct, you're actually getting 5 of those. So yeah, you're taking a champion to rank 4. You guys will let me know, though, if I'm right on that. Let me get back to the chat on this one. Kind of so disappointed we don't get a 7-star Doom. I thought that they were leading to that. I think we are going to get them. By when, I don't know. And if you guys want to talk about that later, ask me, because I have some thoughts on that. There's no 2, 3, 7-star gem. Yeah, you're right. I'm surprised they're not like just at least one. And you're making me realize that the 7-star 1-2 is a rank up gem. It's not that means it's not a generic, right? Reward's not awful, not inspiring. Yeah, they're just pretty amazing. See, that's what I don't get, Mitchell, is like all this time building the boss. The boss looks incredible, but then, it's not being backed up by the rewards. And I get it that like a long time ago, Kabam clearly got the feedback. I mean, they told us they got the feedback. You had to have been playing this game years ago, guys. That app content had gotten too difficult, too niche, too pay to win. And so it got easier as a result. But then that's where all this boss stuff is coming from, which then creates like a cool Crucible experience. Although I am literally going to get my butt handed to me by Glycon. I don't recall the fight at all. That's a whole different topic. We'll get onto that. 4 basics in total. Okay, so Tez, my math was off. That's 4. That's enough to rank 4 champion, but we talked about this in the podcast, the Illuminati podcast. I think it was episode 2, where I was like, I want to see more flexibility. I want to see more guaranteed rank up assets, less RNG stuff for the free to play or the low to spend. And I think you do that through the story quest and through questing. And so I look at this and I'm like, I don't know, man. I get it from Kabam's perspective. It's, our whales are going to do this too. And then they buy all this stuff and we have to have some sort of like, we can't just let whales go too insane. And I get it. The Kabam's got to sell stuff. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. And I'm not necessarily like criticizing Kabam, but I am giving my thoughts on how this plays out. Is as someone who wails on the huge sales, I'd be okay getting a little bit less for those rewards to work their way into questing and stuff like that. I realize I'm probably not typical in that regard though, right? I do YouTube. I want you all having fun. So I'm concerned about the game. My thoughts on the game are like, I want it existing in 5 years and that sort of thing. So it's a little different. I'm a little more like community oriented than I think your typical whale probably. Yeah, Sync, that's what I'm feeling. Like, why 1 to 2? What's wrong with 2 to 3? Like, why not throw the 2 to 3 in there? I'm just surprised. This is basically 50% more rewards than 9.2. Is it though, man? Are you sure? And even if it was still kind of like, I would still feel similarly. Like, I feel like from the business perspective, there's a tension between the time and energy spent on creating the bosses and the rewards. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Will the Platinum Pass come back? What is that? That's for like the champions, right? There's so many terms in this game, man, that it is difficult to keep them all straight. But that's like how we got Captain Britain, right? I'm sure they'll bring it back. I mean, I would think that they will bring it back. Let's put it that way. I'm tired of one big rank up every 2 minutes. It's so boring. So Tess, that's kind of, in a way, that's similar to what, or you're putting a succinct. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Single sentence into what myself and some of the Illuminati were saying is we're like, we really want everyone having fun, and ranking up champions is part of the fun. So I don't know, man. Got to keep in mind we don't order the path rewards, which usually. Oh, Nick, great point. There is nothing about path rewards here. Excellent point, dude. I got to write that down because I made you a video kind of going over all of this. Where do I have my 9.3? Don't see path rewards. And it was Nick who made that point, right? Yep, Nick. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. If I do make that video and I do go over it, I will make sure to credit you because you're right. Not even 7-star awakening. This is a joke. So Taz, like maybe Nick might be right. Like maybe they're gonna put enough to get a 7-star awakening gem via the path, which would not be a shock actually. Like I feel like they've done that sort of thing before. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of reserve judgment. It's kind of like what I was saying for the top 30 there is, and if you guys are like, what are you doing? I am pulling up the, I'm pulling up my, my Crucible run here. Chop, thank you very much. I did actually make some changes based on what you had said, if you're still there, but Chop took a look at what I was doing and suggested some changes. I actually did implement quite a few of them, if I remember correctly. In fact, we're getting to the first one that I need to take a look at. I'm about to move on to... Let me readjust my screen. No, that's not what I wanted to happen. I'm also going to join a voice chat. So if anyone who has access to this wants to join, come jump on in. The water is warm. We're having some fun, and you are welcome here. Anyone who has the permissions to join the voice chat, I realize I should clarify. Don't look the path rewards. Oh, you saw the path rewards? Is that already up? Let me know. That's really strange, man. I'm curious what the thought process is on that. Yeah, we'll see about the Big Bad Doom too. Like, I have been watching a lot of Simula's guides to do the Crucible here, and it's been interesting to see the like leaning into class identities, right? Like the one I just fought, I think it was Cerastes, right? I think that's who I just fought. That was actually one of those champions that has the like universal tag, I think it was. And so it wasn't quite as important, or didn't feel quite as important, although as you can see, I used Venom. And I'm curious to see what they do with Doom. Oh, Stink. Yes. I'm not sure how to do it because for those who don't know, I did create a second Discord server. BMcG took over ownership of the first Discord server that I had built. It had gotten quite large, and I just didn't have the time to manage it. I just didn't. So I created a second private one. I brought over or invited some folks who had gotten to know via Discord, and I knew that I didn't have to worry about them at all in any way, shape, or form as far as like how they would interact with each other. And then I've opened it up to channel members of a certain level. Stink, if you have that, you might have that membership level. If you do, you can look for a community post for me that's for members only, and that has a Discord server invite. You can let me know. Let me see too. I can do. Let me see if I can do... Guys, if you use this invite and you're not supposed to be there, we're just going to ban you immediately. So please don't do that. Please save this invite for Stink and only Stink, okay? Go ahead and do that. That's weird. Hold on. How would I grade the rewards? Not great, man. Just not great. Let's see. How do I do the invite? I thought I had it. All right. I think we've got it here almost. Mr. V, we just removed folks, but he tried to invite you, dude, like months ago. Mr. V, you were one of the people, one of the many people that I tried to invite. Okay, let's see here. Chop had given me a recommendation for this next fight. I'll be honest, I don't recall, and I do kind of want to jump into the Crucible here because I was hoping to get it finished up today on stream. I don't know if that's going to happen. But we'll see. Never say never. Man-Thing or Destroyer from XR2. BG purposes, Man-Thing. And Man-Thing is good. Don't get me wrong. Man-Thing's good. Like, hopefully you watched my Battlegrounds tier list. We update that monthly too. We've been doing that since before Battlegrounds was even officially into the game. Man-Thing, I think Man-Thing has probably an 8 as a defender, possibly a 7. Every once in a while you can use him offensively, but it's pretty rare in Battlegrounds. The thing with Man-Thing is, well, especially those defenders that are like 8 or 7s, if you set them up well, they can be as good as the 9s or 10s. It's just the 9s and 10s are more easily set up, or you don't even have to set them up, right? It's just kind of, the scoring there is based on how much work are you needing to do to set them up for success. Destroyer is good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Destroyer is a bad champion at all. I think that Man-Thing is easier to set up. There's like less current great counters to Man-Thing, right? Like because of what he does with critical hits and things like that. Like the attackers you are often seeing in Battlegrounds typically aren't ones who are good counters to Man-Thing, where typically, and we're going real typical here, okay, is on Destroyer, players, summoners are more likely to have good counters to him already in their deck. So that's kind of like the analysis on that one. Yeah, you got it, Steve. You got in. Let me know. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bud? Like I said, I wanna start getting through this. I did a bunch of it yesterday. I didn't really even have to pay attention. I don't mind if I use revives. As you gain buffs, he gains cleanses, knocking him down, converts cleanses into unstoppable, use grit, or just don't knock him down. Interesting to have Juggernaut as the option. This was one that Chop had said to change, and I'll admit, I didn't have time. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Yeah, you got it, right? Hang out, man. Ask questions. That's what my streams typically are about. Is all the information that I, for years, tried to put into videos, and they ended up being, you know, all my videos were like 30 minutes long. I'm trying to remove as much of the excess stuff as possible, which is hard because a lot of my channel is based on nuance. You know, I enjoy the game, and so it is not easy to do, but I'm doing my best at it. And it looks like, based on views, you all are it's going well. Let's see, what do I do here? This is interesting. That is a long unstoppable. This doesn't feel right. This is an insanely long unstoppable. What the hell? As you gain buffs, he gains cleanses. Knocking him down converts cleanses into unstoppable. Use grit or just don't knock him down. Got it. I should have read the full notes from Simula. Alright. Don't use specials. Thanks, Gordon. This fight was frustrating. Yeah, if I had read the full notes from Sim, I would have been fine. My phone is also heating up like crazy, which is my own fault because it rests, and then of course I knock him down. Because it rests on my CPU while I am basically not playing it. And so that is my fault because my phone is now completely heated up, not from the game, but from using my computer as a bed. Danny Cheese's fight. I think that might be the suggestion he made, dude. I appreciate what he did. He spent some time on it. And like I said, I made a lot of changes. I went through the whole second and third portion of the of this quest yesterday. All right, now that we know what we're doing and I'm remembering not to knock him down, we should be a-okay. Come on, dude. Come get it. You know you want it. Let's end. I like Juggernaut's SP3 and I never use it. In fact, usually when you get pushed to it, it's a disappointment. But I still like the idea. Then change these specials hard. Oh, absolutely, Mike. Absolutely, dude. And the server rules seem reasonable. I had fun with those server rules, Stink. Wasn't Jug the one that you could cheese the... I can't even remember the name of the quest, but it was recent, and it was good. It was a good quest. Cheese the gore, right? That was fun. All right, America Chavez. We're going to have to spider ham it up, baby. Spider ham it up. And Sim did a great job of making in red if I absolutely needed a striker. So I've not had that mistake. Like I said, when we get to Glycon, it's going to get ugly, man. Ugly. I was trying to go watch the video last night. And I just had too much other stuff going on. So it's going to get ugly. It's going to get painful. All right, when the turn is struck, the attacker, blah, blah, blahs. Okay, if the attacker lands a heavy, their fury buffs are removed. Oh, okay, I know which one this is. You need the fury buffs Rising Sun, deal damage. Watch for DJ and Withers will remove her dimensions if you struggle. Okay. What's Pumping Iron? I feel like I should know that node real quick. Oh. Got it. Okay, so that's why we need the Furies. Wheel of Fate. Thank you, Ice. Yep. Come on. Love the Chavez Unstoppable out of nowhere. It wouldn't be MCoC if the characters just didn't do things that make absolutely no sense. Come on, girl. Come on. Tried too heavy too early. I've got the dex wrong, apparently. I think I'm going in too fast. That's like my most common mistakes with dexes I found is either trying to punish too quickly or I don't dex early enough. I'm very much a visual dexer. And sometimes the window is just way earlier than I would think. There's there was a Champions Dex I was working on recently, and I realized I'm just way too late. Maybe it's the Elena? I'm kind of starting to work on the how to fight Elena video. And yes, I am going very slow on this. I realized we could use Spider Ham's evade for this special too. I just don't want to mess with it. And I think we're about to finish this off. Nope. All right, there we go. Cool. What's up, Snoops? Thanks for coming back, buddy. Y'all got chatty. Either that, or I did feel like there was a little bug with YouTube for a minute there. So I counted we get 4 tier 7 basic. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. When this stream is over, part of my stuff to do today is to check in on those 9.3 rewards, because I think I'm going to do a video kind of just giving my thoughts on the stream as opposed to the synopsis I used to do. I think I enjoy the idea of hanging out with you all and doing kind of covering it while we can in live. But I think there was good, and I don't know if necessarily bad. Nah, I feel like 9.3 is kind of bad, man. I want to see if I'm missing something. I was just going to say dust, but if your phone is already overheating, maybe dust is not a good idea. What's up, old man? Great to see you, dude. Use Storm will be easy on, I already used Storm, unfortunately. That was one of Chop's recommendations, so. Oops, I just used Storm for something else. I got Dust coming, though. If I can do Glycon, then you can. Oh, we'll get it done. You saw the unit stash, right? That just like accumulates from playing. I've also got a bunch of revives. We'll get it done, man. It just is going to get ugly. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I've been trying to get hold of Mike. Haven't heard anything. Oh, Ice-T and you and Mike are having a conversation. Got it. Not adding your progression title now is a weird choice. They're really making the rewards budget awkward due to this. I'm wondering if that's what this whole like adjusted, did anyone feel like they fully understood the new, I think it's like the adaptive difficulty EQ. Like, I get it that our prestige will matter. I understand it starts in September, but then they started going to like how we unlock it. They talked about like the classic EQ, and then they had like progression titles, and I was like, I need a Cat Murdoch graphic for this. Like, I will admit, I need it. I'm very comfortable with that fact. Okay, now we're moving on to Phoenix. I'm not going to claim these every time. It slows down too much. The weird clue. Okay, thanks, Ice. What I think that is just too many new terms or too many terms to kind of keep separate. It was like the classic EQ with the Valiant when you do the gauntlet, and that's like the old school style with the new adaptive thing. And I was just like, I'm sure what you're saying is accurate and makes sense. I'm not doubting that. I'm more just like, dude, I'm just overwhelmed with new term overload, or even like not new term, just stuff I'd never really paid attention to before. So I think that's what's going on. But I don't like the idea if I'm gonna have to go back and do the full monthly EQ, because I thought the whole idea was to not make us do that if we had already passed it progression wise. So I think I'm missing something there. Stay close to him so that the indestructible and unblockable buff expire. He alternates between evade on basics and miss on specials. Incinerate, shock, disable the evade, but not the miss. All right, let's see what happens. The stream is so I can get it. So Snoops, I know you were checking in and out on stuff. I think part of that, honestly, is due to there being kind of two hosts, which they're obviously, it feels to me they are aware of. I want to be clear. I really like Dave. I really like Dave a lot. I think that it can just get difficult as someone who does stream and who often has people on call and does podcasts. If you have two people fully hosting, you kind of have no one fully hosting, in my opinion. And that can end up with a really weird viewer experience. Let's see here. I feel like I've messed up. Are all things gonna miss? No. Okay, so just specials. And I feel like that happened on this stream a couple times. Sorry, this note's a little more tricky than I had thought it was. I feel like that happened a few times. Because Dave is obviously smart. Dave is obviously funny, but I feel like there was a few times where he tried to kind of like be part of it, and it created some, you know, little confusing moments. Not necessarily his fault, just again, hard to have two people hosting, and it seems like they're adjusting for that. In fact, it kind of sounded like if I'm fully guessing, guys, sounded to me like Dave might be getting promoted. So congratulations to him if that's the case. The guy works his ass off. He's obviously a very good entertainer. Let's go. Let's see here. Uh-oh. I may have got myself in a bit of trouble here. Yeah. Let's see. How am I... Okay, that's essentially what I've been trying to do the whole time. Shoot. I'm going to look up because I don't think I'm doing this fight right. This is basically showing you how good Phoenix is, in my opinion. I do think she's very good. I really like her. Again, anyone who's watching that, that's more about how good Phoenix is, and me not really knowing the fight because I was just trying to get through it. Let's see here. Peggy, did you understand the new alliance, the new prestige thing? Not really, dude. I'm hoping we don't have to do so. No, that's Mike. I realized you asked your question a while ago. That's essentially what I can't figure out is the like what I'm gonna need to do. Like, I think it was TC who was in here saying like this is one of those ones where we're almost gonna have to do it ourselves. and then we'll kind of learn it. And I get that. Like, I think that makes a lot of sense. We've, let's see, I'm going into Professor X here. So just use Ironheart. Okay. And so I think that might be possible. That being said, I hope we get a Cat Murdoch graphic. And I think that'll be helpful with like a flow chart or something like that. I really very much hope that happens. I can't believe I don't have a striker on Ironheart. I'm making sure I don't really need one. Looks like I don't, so that is good. On stream 1 of this, I miss a champion and got lucky that it still worked. The full 9.0 is a website with the path rewards. Nick, they're really bad though. Let me know if you can. What's up, Zemo? Thanks a lot for being here, bud. The Kabam stream felt like a miss because they didn't address the elephant in the room. The community is disgruntled. Instead of addressing that, they talked about the sales, etc. I think that, so it's, I hear you, Stink, and I get you. I want to be clear. I'm not going to jump straight into the explanation and therefore make it seem like you're like wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Let me make sure I get this fight down. Watch the route. Use a special attack close to you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'd rather just fight. If I die, I die. If I die, I die. But I think it's hard, right? Like, I believe they, you know, had obviously hoped that all these connection issues would be solved by now. You know, they want us to have a good playing experience. And then also, you know, you set your schedule up for a show like they have, and so adjusting can be really difficult. That being said, yeah, like a 30-second, like, hey guys, we're aware that there are issues at the moment. We are really working on those. There will be a compensation package. To let you know, we really appreciate y'all sticking with us. We see you out there still loving the game, still playing the game, and it frustrates us as much as it frustrates you that, you know, because of these connection issues, you are unable to access your favorite game, dying in Battlegrounds, dying in BG. Like, it wouldn't be hard to say that, and you let the viewer or the players know you care, you give a shit, right? And sometimes... I'll be honest, I really like Mike and I really like Dave. And so I give them the benefit of the doubt a lot. And so as a result, I think they think those things. I think they just weren't thinking of them at the moment. And when you're doing something live, it is tough, man. You guys see how much like I'm trying to play and I'll like forget what I'm talking about and move on. So I'm going to cut them some slack on that one. But I hear you that I would have loved that moment too. I'm aware that they put out the post. But I would have loved that. Again, a 30-second moment just to be like, this sucks, man. This isn't what we want either. We'll get it figured out. You know, I think that would have been nice. Oh man, easy. I've been trying to work for almost 2 weeks playing the bare minimum. Just enough. That's how I was for like 3, dude. So I hear you. It's tough when there's all this content. That's why I'm like, you know, normally I wouldn't do this for Crucible. Normally I'd be like, I want to get on, I want to learn the bosses. I want to put on, you know, do a great show, save items. But I'm at the point where I'm like, I just need to get this done. Like, I literally just need to play because there's just so much content, which is great. I think it's been awesome. And I play the game too. I don't just make the videos, but I need to make them videos. And that takes up time. With someone with a full-time job, full-time family, there's just only so much time. So that's why it's going to get a little ugly here when we get to Glycon. Okay, she gets cleanses when you gain a bar of power. Cleansing a debuff causes her combat power to increase permanently. Yikes! You want to intercept her, so bring an evade counter. Not sure Jean Grey was the best call here, but we have chosen. We will go forth. We will go forth. What's up, Pablito? How you doing, man? Keep an eye out. I do believe that Jean is going to be the subject of the Sunday showcase for me this week. And here's the thing: if you had told me that my Ring 4 Jean showcase would be coming out with my initial thoughts on her, I I told you it was definitely going to be a BG showcase. She's so good. I am still primarily, I think a lot of this is the metas and also just the way my deck has been constructed. Okay, so don't do that. Jesus. Whoa, do not do that. Holy cow. Oh my god. Anyways, I would have told you all it was going to be a B. Oh yeah, we're dying. We ain't going to live through this. I'm not even sure why we are alive. Was that the force field? We don't even have the force field. I'm not sure why we didn't die. We're like zombie Gene right now. This makes no sense to me. I'll take it, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. But it makes no sense. No clue how we lived. No, like, I don't think we had the force field up. Anyway, the Rank 4 Gene Showcase, I would have told you it's definitely going to be Battlegrounds. Like, it's definitely going to be Battlegrounds. Trouncing questing content. She's so, I do think she's amazing. Some in the Illuminati are like, dude, you sure she's up here? I'm like, I really think so, guys. I'm not moving her down. And a lot of them agree with me and stuff. It's just, that's part of why we have the whole Illuminati, right? It's different perspectives, different experiences. It is going to be a showcase of her doing war fights. I'm as surprised as you are, but the stuff she can do, and they're great fights to showcase. She can do all this for you in questing. She's gonna be able to do all this for you in Battlegrounds because it's about that similar health pool. But also, she can do all of this, like Hazard Shift. It is, I have only grown to love her more as a champion in MCoC. And in Battlegrounds, I place her on defense, and people get confused because they're constantly reverse controls or not reverse controls. They can't keep it straight, and they die. They die a lot. They're dead. Okay, moving on. We will America Chavez, Zombie Hyperion here. How many times do I have saved up? I think I have 6, and then I will have this Titan Nexus here. I think I said hello to Pablito, but if not, man, what is up? Stink. I'm not talking about addressing specific issues, but the general sentiment. They did that before when they started presenting the roadmap info. I'll be honest, Stink. As opposed to when I normally lie to you. And that's such a weird phrase. We just, as someone who has practiced to not say I still obviously say but worked on not saying it became replaced with other phrases that aren't necessarily good. It's like someone who gives up smoking and then now they've developed an alcohol problem or something. I just traded one addiction for the other. But in this case, let me read the node, Roman cheese, Indianapolis, Canada, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Honestly, maybe it's because I've been in Hawaii and then I've been doing my job, my full-time job so much. I am not aware of a lot of negative community sentiment, and I'm not being obtuse. I am not trying to be dumb or insulting or insensitive in any way, shape, or form. You know, I do have a Discord server. I think we've got like 80 some odd people on there. It houses my alliance, and then, of course, some other folks, like I said, who I felt like who have demonstrated to me over periods of time that they know they're comfortable disagreeing with someone and they don't need to start like insulting them, or it doesn't need to turn into like a nuclear war because we have different thoughts on who like the best science champion in the game is. Like it's going to be okay. We can just disagree. And I don't feel like, oh, stupid Icarus. We all agree Icarus is the worst. And I just don't feel like I'm reading much negative community sentiment. If you could let me know what you're feeling or what you're thinking, I would really appreciate it, because I would want to know and I would want to see. Maybe there's stuff I'm blind to. Maybe there's stuff I just haven't experienced. Yeah. Come on, dude. Just throw your special. We both know you're going to throw it and eventually get knocked out. Let's stop delaying the process. So yeah, I look forward to reading your message. Thank you if you're willing to write one if you're still around. I've got a Nexus and 7 Titan saved for Nico. Dude, hope you get him. Hope you get her. The pool is phenomenal. I will do a video kind of covering it, my thoughts on all of them, letting you know like who you could use, who you could not use. I mean, the worst champion in there, and I take that term very loosely on this one because I think they're all good, is almost definitely going to be Spider-Man Supreme, who, I mean, B McG shows me like every other day how great he is. So how great B is, and also Spider-Man Supreme. So yeah, the Titan pool is just, I think it's where it was always kind of supposed to be when they're talking about the Titan be like a premium item. Like, it finally feels like one, or it will fully fill. Get Red Hulk the hell out of there. I think everyone who got a Red Hulk, Kabam, you know who deserves a compensation package? Anyone that pulled Red Hulk. That's who deserves a compensation package. This should be like, and I don't want like one Titan crystal for like each Red Hulk you pulled. I want 2, because it is pain and suffering. They need to be compensated for their loss, which is the pulling of Red Hulk, and then they need to be compensated for their pain and suffering of seeing that. That's how strongly I feel about it. And yes, I'm going to continuously go back and kick Red Hulk in the nuts. It's not his fault, man. They said that's like when parents, you know, like their kid doesn't make the team, and then they go and they pay for their kid to make the team. You're like, you are literally punishing your child. It's not your child's fault they didn't make the team, but now you've paid to put them on, and they're going to play with the big girls and boys, and they're going to get their ass kicked. And so you know who's getting punished? The kid. And that's what Kabam did to Red Hulk. It is Kabam's fault that everyone hates Red Hulk. It's not Red Hulk's fault. It's Kabam's fault. They're the rich parents who paid for their Red Hulk to be in the Titan Crystal. That's how that is. Do not argue with me on it, because you are wrong. Woo! I didn't know that was in me, but it had to come out. All right. Moving on to Sasquatch. Deathless She-Hulk. Okay. Good clutch. Oh, we're going back to the, how did Gene live? Maybe you guys are about to explain it. Doing okay, small frustration, missed out of the times in the live stream. Sorry, man. Forgot to claim BG objectives. Oh, yeah, those are frustrations. Sorry, Publico. I need to do the Crucible, the Crustable. I need to eat my Crustable sandwich. I need to do the Crucible 2. What does the red text mean in single sheet? So that's like specifically calling out something that you need to know. Like make sure you have your striker attached, or if you're seeing it on the different people's lists, that means like they kind of regret taking that champion. It didn't go as smoothly or as well as they had wanted. Simula Sheet's been ridiculously good for me. So make sure you have a relic for Cerastes, though. You do not want to go into that fight without a relic. You can click the boss guide and he'll call that out, but it's not spelled out in type on that. I have a natural 660 relic. I hate it. Yeah, exactly, Slinger. You deserve compensation. Me with, yeah, Nick, also you. With that's 5 pulls of Red Hulk, you deserve 10 Titans. 10, in my opinion. There's not one mutant champion in the game that take over Gene. I think I would still take Onslaught because he's just so jam-packed. You know, I talk about like the extra trips to the utility buffet. Onslaught got like 8 of them. Gene only got like 2. Gene's just really good and very current, in my opinion. I truly believe that Gene is like, she is like the apex peak of what a champion in this game should be, like power level wise. I think she's a good defender, but you can skill your way around her. You could bring a hard counter and that makes the fight significantly easier. But if you don't have a hard counter, you could still be okay via skill. Like I love Gene. I just, for a variety of reasons, I really love Gene. So I hear you on that one, old man easy. Thank you, Mitchell. I kind of started going off and I just went with it. Red Hulk is going out. I thank the Lord. Put the kid out of misery. It's not his fault. He has parents who are rich dicks. I hope he gets a buff. Dazzler's a great defender, my God. Yeah, so Dazzler would be another one where like she would be peak, like for me, that's how I want my MCoC champions, is if she was a slightly better defender. But I'm okay. They don't all need to have some defensive threat. Also, welcome back, Chop. Thoughts on Anti-Venom? Very, very good. I did the video on the best champ for you, and I'm not trying to be stupid funny. I'm trying to be like funny on a serious thing. It's like all those champions are good. You, the summoner, need to play them, or listen to myself and other YouTubers and be like, okay, here's where they'll be helpful. What does my account need, and what am I enjoying? I do think it is logical for a person to say like anti-venom is quote unquote better for me and my account than Cole Obsidian. I love Cole, so I'm going to take Cole. I have a very strong science roster, but the more I tested them, the more I watched videos, the more I educated myself on them before I made that video, the more I was like, dude, anti-venom is very good. Very, very, very good. To the point where, to me, Cole almost feels like a bit of a luxury pick because my account is so mature and blubbery. So, yeah, I really like anti-venom a lot. Yeah. Is Chavez worth ranking up nowadays? Absolutely. Yeah. I just did a video on her. Well, I guess it was July 4th because I've committed to doing a July 4th video on her every year. And I wasn't talking her down. What I'd been talking about is I don't think she's like the ultimate queen of Mystic anymore, where she was for a long time, a very, very long time. It was kind of time for her to not be. So I think it's good that Kabam has done this. I wish they had gone about it in a different path, and we can talk about that later. But she's still in the highest tier. Well, no, she is. She might move to the second tier in my tier list and myself and the Illuminatis, but keep in mind, the top tier is reserved for like the Brokens, the OPs. The second tier is like, these are the champs, man. This is the good stuff. You're getting into the nitty gritty, the nuance. They're awesome. And so she is still phenomenal. She's still phenomenal. Okay. Just play the game. Play the game, dude. I really want to get this quest done. I just love talking with you all so much. That's why we started the podcast, and another podcast will be coming your way soon. I think y'all are gonna really enjoy it. I really do. I'm very excited about it. We're gonna give that podcast a lengthy runway to catch on with you all. In fact, we're gonna be live recording it on the 3rd at 10 Pacific Standard Time. So write that down. Okay, what's this one? This is the protection note from AQ. Use the listed actions, blah, 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 to remove a stack of protection, avoid too many parries, because they will trigger falter. Doesn't she, when her thingamajiggy's up, she can't miss, right? Yeah. All right, let's go. How's Crucible Boon after you're actually prepared? Chop. It's been great, dude. I really appreciate your help. We had a thing earlier where I used Juggernaut, because I'll admit, man, I made a lot of your changes, and I appreciate them. But at some point, I just needed to start doing the quest. So yeah, it's been good. I think I used a few items on Cerastes. I got pretty good at the fight, and I got comfortable with it. But I used some items on Cerastes. I've clearly forgotten how to play She-Hulk. What does her fear debuff do? Is that like... Okay, so we don't have that. That's regular She-Hulk that has the slow. All right. Very special, dude. Why is he getting these protection stacks? Pause the game. Why is he getting the protection stacks? This is the protection note from AQ. Reading is fundamental. Use this action to remove stat. Okay, I'm not paying attention to that at all, despite having read it out loud very clearly. You need a medium ender. Thanks, Chop. Does Anti really need his dupe and high sig? Need, dude. I don't want to do that whole thing where it's like, need. We're not going to do that today. I hate that. I do think it helps his kit tie together significantly better. And I think he's good enough where, for me, like, this is part of why, we do what we do, is to try to help with, like, efficient use of resources. When I have a champion that's as good as I think he's going to be, I really mean this. I want to max him out, dude. I want to... if I don't have to, of course I won't. But I want them to be powerful. And I think he is a powerful champion. It's kind of like, I don't need to take Cole to Sig 200. But I'm going to, because I want to play Cole. And I have a lot of fun with Cole. And I think he's going to destroy stuff. And so those times where... I don't finish the fight in the first route... I want to know that I'm okay. I don't want to be sweating that. like in battlegrounds or questing or war or anything like that. I don't want to be like, oh shoot, now I gotta wait 29 minutes or not minutes, seconds. Like 29 minutes. I heard that as it was coming out. It's kind of like Prowler, and why it took, why I understand why people don't like Prowler because of that sig really wanting to be super high. But why I was happy to put them all in, because I do think Prowler's that good, dude. Jerk. Turns out, once you understand the fight, it goes a lot better. What's up, Majin? What's up, dude? Majin Deleto? What's up, dude? I definitely should have chosen Cole, but I chose Anti-Venom. I've gotten Scorpion, Spider-Woman, and Photon for Science. Yeah, dude, you're... well, and really only Null and her Cosmic. So, dude, you know what? Did you ask me that question on YouTube? I'm sorry, just as the channel continues to grow and stuff, it's something that I'm having to let go of. That I used to try to like read every comment and like give thoughtful answers. Like I just can't anymore. And it's a sign of things going well. So I ultimately, of course, I'm happy about it. But it does suck where I'll see this stuff. I'm like, damn. Someone, I saw something like that. They're like, should I really choose Null or Cole, even though I have Herc? And I'm like, yeah, because they're not a 1-for-1, and 2, Herc is a 6-star. And as you continue to progress into in-game content, 7 stars, like, they're basically asked or like mandatory from Kabam sometimes. And that's a whole totally different topic. I think it's okay when they're okay with it. They don't go too hard on it. And so, yeah, that being said, man, I wouldn't sweat it. I think these champions are going to come to the basic at some point anyway. Like, that's why I'm like, I'm not spending on this event, even though I'm excited about the champion. I'm not spending on it. Like, none of them are necessary, So, yeah. All right, what's the next fight, man? What are we doing here? Stark Spider-Man? All right, I guess I'm going to use Stark Spider-Man. No, I didn't ask it in the comments, but I probably should have. Majin, comments are great, so please don't stop making comments. I'm not going to tell anyone to stop doing that because it shows engagement and stuff on YouTube. And I do still try to go to them, and I do read, and you'll see me hearting stuff and answering. It's just I can't do it like I once did. Were the Twitch drops working? No clue, Eric. I'll admit I've never even tried to set it up. Like, once, like, this 3rd time came by, I was like, I ain't doing this. It's not. I'm not making fun of people who do. It's all good. But I had to, like, connect my account to Twitch. And I don't trust Twitch that much. I really like the way the ability interacts with blocking special attacks. That's another good point, Pablito, as far as Pablito's talking about anti-venom. I'm almost certain. What's this node? She gains prowess whenever you gain a bar power. Do not remove them. Okay. Avoid energy damage. She's armor break immune, so bring a hard hitting champ. That is definitely Starky, dude. Boost. Did I forget Chop? Thank you. Okay. Should have read chat. Chop, I'm just letting you know now. It's like a visual warning, people do for like light sensitive or whatever. I'm letting you know that the Glycon fight is going to get very ugly, my friend. Very, very ugly. I just have not had the time to properly dive in. This is literally the fight I did for quest that you all reminded me the name of that I've already forgotten. I didn't take it seriously enough, and now I'm paying the price. Come on. What? Oh, she's got the stupid. Wait, no. Why did that happen? I should still be able to evade it. We hit the time where... Dude, I did, Snoops. You guys know me. I'm very comfortable being like, oh, I messed that up. I did not mess that up. We're going to reset the phone real quick. Because I refuse to accept responsibility for that. Unless there's something with a node I didn't know. Refresh game and boost. Yeah, it's time. It's all good. Yeah, I genuinely am like, no, I landed that. I'm very comfortable with, like, I make mistakes. Like I'm telling you guys, the Glycon fight's going to get ugly. That's going to be on me. That right there was not on me. No, it must have been a game issue. Yeah, it happens sometimes, man. I'm rather it happened there than in a BG's match or in war. How big? Joff, man. How big is my cat, Britain? I think she's only rank 2 right now. She's better for Glycon than Dust. I think she's only rank 2. We can take a look at it when we get to it. I don't think you like Dust enough, Chop. We're gonna have to work on that. Dust is very, very good. Dust is very, very good, man. Okay, what is this? There was some sort of offer. Nope. No, thank you. You're not going to do that right now. Let's boost up. The boosts. The attack one. Knock on wood, dude. How's everyone's connection issues? I haven't wanted to say anything, but I will now. This has been really smooth. I haven't had the spinning wheel at all. Was there any promo code? No promo code. Oh, well, there is one, but it's not usable till September 4th. My desk is goated. Oh, okay, you got it, rank 4. All right, I got you, Chop. We'll take a look at Captain Britain. I intend to rank her up. I'll admit, I did not like the moment I bought her battle pass. But, you know, it is what it is. I do think she's going to be a defender I want, you know. She's very clearly asking for certain things. And if you don't have them, you're going to have problems. You know what? Maybe the dex was on me. I may have gone the wrong way. Because I've noticed that I'm really having to think about it right now. In a way that I'm not used to having to think about it. So I'm open to the idea. Maybe it was on me. Maybe it was. Which makes me want Maker. Yeah, which that's actually a part of what the podcast that we're recording next Wednesday will be about, is this whole idea of, like, you know, myself and a lot of the Illuminati on one of the podcasts talking about how we really like tech, and we've liked how the relationship between tech and mutant has gone, and a lot of that is due to mutant defenders. Even though, as much as I didn't want to admit it, as I go through and analyze these champions and rank them, that is part of it. But that there's a downside to that too. And that it can feel, I don't like the phrase, so I'm not going to use it. But the whole idea of, like, create the problem and then sell the answer. I think Kabam sometimes use the idea of, like, lock and key sort of thing. But I do think that's part of it. That being said, Soups, I'm sure you've seen Jaeger's videos. Maker's just good, like, just good. And to not go too far into that right now, I think that's part of why Tech and Mutant feels so good to me, while Science and Skill do not. Cosmic and Mystic does not. Those relationships is Tech and Science, like Jean Grey. I'm going to keep going back to Jean. You don't have to have the hard counter for Jean. It just helps a lot. And then the champions that do counter her are good elsewhere, but they're not like game breaking. And like Captain Britain feels a little bit more manufactured to me. And that's where as a player, I don't enjoy that because it feels manufactured, but we're all going to have different thresholds for when things feel manufactured, you know? Hey, Trevor, what's up, dude? It's been a minute, man. I was gone for a long time, so that's probably why. Use the special attack noted on your side of the screen. Watcher purifies, and the pierces really you want to okay. Thanks, Miguel. I really appreciate that, bud. Oh, forgot about that. Wait. Do I have the ability to manually change the special? Usually with these nodes you do. Yeah, that'll work. All right, we'll just get to the special one. And I imagine that will end it. What? Why didn't that do more? That's one of my favorite parts of an Andrew the Rough stream is when he says, "You're lying." It sounds so ridiculous to someone of my age, and I love it. Cool. Light enders, yes. Thanks, Chop. I totally see what you're saying, but I think she's excessive. Are we talking about Captain Britain? I assume we are, Snoops. I do too. I don't love Captain Britain. I really don't. That's why I was like, I don't really want to buy this, but I do like Battlegrounds. And at some point, you know, I'm not ranking up Human Torch. I didn't even select Dark Phoenix, and I'm sticking with my principles on that one, and I'm sticking to it. At the same time, there's only so many champions I can ban. You know, I'm playing in Quantum, I'm playing in Mysterium, and I'm facing a lot of Human Torches and Dark Phoenixes. So if I start having to ban Captain Britain too, that means I'm facing Serpent a lot. So, I mean, I do think that's part of Kabam's strategy. So it's like, if I enjoy the game, I either have to play the game or not. It's an interesting place for me, in my opinion. Let's go, Carl. Yeah. So for this Terrax, you can either play it safe and have a long fight with spam SP1 with Abzan, or you can go for the nuke option once it starts with Shock, in which you will resist for with Abzan. So just special the SP2, right? His what's it called, magma form. We're going for quick here, dude. Unfortunately, you know. Yeah, we're going for a quick style here. I need to get this done, like as a YouTuber, but also, you know, someone who plays the game. We've got to get this done and over with. Watch out for Hydra Shift with his power gain when your buffs expire. Mystic attackers steal power when using Striker. Dodging 7 times will trigger an unstoppable passive. For me or for him? At the start of the fight, every 12 seconds, the defender chooses between Special 1 and Special 2. Using the chosen special grants the attacker a true damage for when the attacker standing still. While the attacker dodges an attack, the defender gains indefinite fury. At 7 furies, the defender gains an unstoppable passive for 5 seconds. When the attacker dodges an attack, the defender gains a fury. That's 7 of them. Okay. This feels like a really weird node. Let's go. You would go SP1 so quick. Ah, too late. Too late! Should have read it earlier. Whatever. We'll be fine. How bad can it be, he says. How bad can it be? You just gotta have faith in the abs, man. Yes, that was supposed to be a bad joke. Wow, he melted. Yeah, dude, there's a reason Carl's not out as a 7-star. There is a reason. When you can line up those heavies into specials or anything that's getting you those, like, what's he call them, the magma charges or whatever, like, he just is. I mean, that's like his epitome pop-off matchup, though, too. So he doesn't look like that all the time. But there's a reason why he's not out as a 7-star yet. Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl, my Carl. All right. What are we doing here, man? We're going to Ultron. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get freaky. Let's use Ultron, man. Let's do it. Bishop. I can't recall if I used Bishop. That'd be fun. I like Bishop, man. I like Bishop. It's not his fault. Things have progressed. Wait, Summer's Fest is this November? Still felt it was going to be far away. No. Summer's Fest is soon. I hope y'all, if I say this as much as I can when it makes sense. If you come to Summer's Fest and you see me, come say hello. I have been told throughout my life that some people, when they don't know me, think I'm going to be a huge jerk. They're like, we really thought you were going to be an asshole. And turns out you're only a little bit of an asshole. And so I should have come and said hello to you much sooner. I promise you, I want to say hello to people. I'm going there to hang out with you all. That's why I'm going. I'm already in the CCP, so I'm sure there'll be some surprises for me. I'm sure there will be, but I'm going to know a lot of that stuff soon. So I'm truly going to hang out with you all and with, the Kabam folks and just have a good time. So if you see me, please come say hello. I would genuinely like to say hello to you and hang out and say hello. Get beer. I don't really drink that much beer, but you get the point. We can get ice cream. We can get tea. Whatever. Wherever we're at, we'll have fun. Okay, what are we supposed to do? You need to keep him at the wall to remove charges. If the charges aren't at 0 when the time expires, you get degen. Oh, no, not degen. He can go unstoppable, though, if you keep hitting him at the wall for too long. I love these notes from Sim. Like, I really feel like he's a parent. I feel like it comes through. It's like when you put a little note in your kid's lunchbox, Make sure to tie your shoes today. Remember, you forgot the other day. I believe in you. You're gonna do great. Like, it's just, I love it. I love it. All right. We will now heavy. Throw your special. Be a good Omega Red. Good Omega Red. Good. All right. Why'd you put the degen on us, dude? Don't be a dick. And now that. Uh-oh. I didn't read Sim's note. Sim sent me the care package. And like most children, I read it. It went one ear, out the other. I'm now walking around the playground with my shoes untied. I'm clearly going to trip and fall and bust my lip open. And I'm going to blame Simula. I'm not going to blame Simula. I was too early on that. That's the one thing I do not like about Ultron when you don't play him a lot. can definitely use the evade to your advantage. I think it's just one of those. I know that I forget about it. Fight is over. Move on. Bishop, Northstar, Captain Bird are all great for Glycon. I almost want to use Dust because of how much you guys don't want me to use Dust. I've talked about that before on stream. I was the kid who, when my parents were like, do not put your finger in the light socket. I was like, I wasn't going to 30 seconds ago. I hadn't even noticed the light socket. But now that you've told me not to do it, I want to see what happens. And yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right. We move on. Where are we at? Who's up here? Blade. I've decided I'm going to use Blade. Wow, that feels... What was I thinking when I decided Blade? All right, let's do it. Asked me, said Blade was good, so I'm going to agree with myself, I guess. That feels really weird. Why would I have done that? He will go debuff immune during his specials. Use your striker at this time. Gives you the debuff immunity. Use ability accuracy or reduction immunity to counter his spots. He will gain power when immune to a debuff. All right, let's see what happens. Lumitrix feels bad. I love Lumitrix, dude. Oh, spots is eventual being. Thank you, Boris. Lumitrix is again, well, I'm not spoiling it, but the tier list video that's coming out on Saturday, I talk about Luma, and kind of because it's the same champion designer as Cassandra Nova, and I feel like they've really hit their stride, man. It's really cool. Like, do you think this is a person who genuinely cares about the game and wants us as players to have this like great experience? And you know, they designed Gladiator, Bullseye, and a couple other champions, of course. Anyways, one of the things I think is like a common theme in their champions is they like give us the tools for it. And so it's not like it's spelled out for us. It is a skill. It's not always like Tigra sort of skill. I think it's a different sort of player skill. And I think Cassandra's going to be like that. I've already forgotten what I was supposed to do on this. I'm basically just fighting the spot. I think there was something I was supposed to do to remove the debuff immunity. Was it throw my special now? No, that's not working. What is it? What am I supposed to do? He will go debuff immunity specials. Use your striker at this time. Striker. I was trying to throw my special. But I don't have a striker. So, yeah. That's a... don't do that. I read that out loud. For those of you wondering, yes, I have finally caught on that when he's debuff immune and I try to debuff him, he gains power. We are done with the exploratory phase of this fight. I now have it figured out. And we'll probably promptly make a mistake and die. No, we look at that. Didn't happen. Lumitrix is the best fractured power. Oh, yeah, dude. I realized I had to concentrate on the fight, so I totally lost my train of thought. I think Cassandra Nova is going to move up in prominence on the tier list and community. I don't think the community doesn't like her. I just think it's going to take us a while to be like, oh, here's how we do. Okay, cool. This gameplay loop can be utilized to do this and to do that. Similar to Lumitrix. I also know Lumitrix is an idol, so not everyone has him. Just by virtue of, I think you ended up having to spend or be Barrowman. So that's my memory on it, though. You guys correct me if I'm wrong on it. Okay, so now we are going to the Human Torch portion of the stream. Blade SB2, someone cool. Yeah, I will admit, there was a little bit of nostalgia fun for me in that fight, like doing that. I did enjoy that. Blade's good. I think we have Blade as like a tier 3 champion. He's good. Blade regen. I think it was me, Chop. I did it. You don't giving Blade the credit for my magnanimousness. Oh wait, I didn't rank up my torch, and I said I wouldn't use him, so I will not. But I do have the 6-star, so we will do that. I wish I had Barrow MSD skills. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Let's make sure this isn't one of those where every once in a while you run across a fight where they're like, do not use the pre-fight. So I want to make sure I don't. Bring your best Spidey, Supreme Counter, buff immune champs work great. Watch the degen from No Retreat. May need to block specials. Use heavies for big damage. He will be stun immune most of the time. Let's just go. Don't we all? Can't wait for MSC Solo new Doom boss for next month. Oh, thank you for the boost reminder. I mean, I'm not setting up like I don't like false modesty. It's one of the like it's not only a pet peeve of mine, it's like whatever. I don't want to get too deep into it unless you guys want to, but I don't like false modesty. That's not what I'm doing with Glycon. Glycon is going to be a bloodbath. So I am going to be doing all the boosts and all the things. Yeah. All right, let's go. I thought he was going to be stun immune. What's going on? And now I feel like I can't trust Simula with anything. I'm sure you all know this because you're used to my streams. I am completely kidding. Dude, this guy is freaking nuts. Settle down, Spidey Supreme. Settle down, dude. We could be friends. It doesn't have to be like this. See, Spidey, you had to go all crazy, and then I had to get out Human Torch. We didn't have to be that way, man. What's worse, false modesty or performative humbleness? What's performative humbleness? Tell me what that is. I could read that a few different ways. All I'm saying about Dust was... Chop, I love you, man. I believe the term is persnickety. I think it's persnickety. You are persistent. No, persnickety is not the right word. Take that back. That's not the word. I think persistent is what I meant. Persnickety, it definitely has a different connotation, and I meant this in a positive way. I don't think persnickety is necessarily overly positive. That's not what I meant. Take that back. I take that back. Deathless Thanos for the next one. Pablito, I'm like dying to know what performative humbleness is. I need to know. Okay, you'll want a lot of buffs, 6 to stop the auto block. You also need armor breaks or pulverized. Cold Sentinel is great here. Wait, Sentinel has armor break. Cool. It's making sure everyone knows how humble you are. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm not sure. And I'll be clear here too. I'm not trying to be judgmental on this. Like, I have no training in speaking live or in front of crowds. Hey, whoa. What's going on here? So when someone does it, in fact, I used to actually be pretty terrified to speak in front of crowds. Not terrified's not the right word, but that feeling that everyone gets, you know, before they have to do it, where like your adrenaline starts pumping and all that stuff. I definitely felt it. And then I needed to start doing some public speaking for my job, actually. And it's like everything else. It's like the more you do it, it's not like it becomes easy, but it's like anything else where it's more like, oh, okay, this is how I feel before speaking in front of crowds. Fight or flight is kicking in, basically. The answer is not to run away or to go beat everyone up. It's to like, okay, this is how I feel. How do I manage this as I now go and speak in front of this crowd? And I got to the point where I actually love it. My sister-in-law asked me to officiate her wedding to her husband. And I talked to her husband, and he was like, yep, we'd love you to do this. And I had an absolute freaking blast. I was hooked on that sort of thing. And now in hindsight, that's probably part of why I decided to start a YouTube channel. So anyways, what I'm saying there is I also try not to be too judgmental of folks, like, especially if they're new to it or whatever. Everyone's nervous or they're trying to fill spaces. We will eventually get this down. I feel like I'm ruining this fight somehow. And I'm not meaning to. Let's just end it. 55K. This guy is a beast. It's I'm so humble. Yeah, I don't I ain't a fan of that either. And supposedly most people aren't. Like from what I've read, it's like if you're proud of something you accomplished, it's like, dude, I'm proud of this. Own it. Cool. And most people will be like, yeah, you should be. That's awesome. It's only like the, you know, quote unquote haters who'll be like, yeah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, dude, I ain't bragging. I'm just like, I'm fucking proud. What am I supposed to do? Be like, I'm not proud? That feels weird. Yeah. Persnickety means or describe someone who is overly fussy. Yeah, that's not what I meant. Thanks, wait, what? I appreciate it. I definitely did not mean persnickety. It's a song. I wasn't quoting anyone. Oh, okay. Come on, you know, I'm not up on all the stuff, man. It's a miracle that I know what K-pop Demon Hunters is. And yes, I think that movie is phenomenal. Okay, so Dawn of Intensity, yada yada. Must alternate your specials. Use your card attacker to remove stacks of fury. I don't think I've used Shield now. I would love to use my Chi. I don't think I've used Chi. Chi, did I? Oh, I did. Oh, I'm really disappointed right now. Can Shang-Chi do this? Thank you. Wait, what? I appreciate it. Shang-Chi? Let's do Shang, dude. Let's go, baby. I see the message. I would have no clue how to tell someone how to link their account, Brian. I'm sorry. I started saying this, I don't know, man. I would have to go back and really officially like look at it. But I think it's just, for me, it feels just more and more obvious. What am I doing here? The attacker dexterity, striker vulnerability. Okay. Is that I honestly go back probably like 4 years ago now. And it probably has to do with the purchase from Netmarble and stuff. I haven't played Shang in a while. That Kabam very much like I think was faced with a decision. Do we try to build MCoC 2, or do we try to make MCoC 2 on top of this game? And you know, while things being what they are, I think it's obvious that if they really did quote unquote like intentionally make that decision, they chose to. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I was busy yapping. Oh no. That they chose to build this on top of it. Because, you know, for those of us who were playing from the get-go, there was a lot of stuff that just didn't make sense. And I think, like, but we got used to it. And so changing that is really hard. And I think that's some of the larger tension points nowadays in the game for all of us who've been playing a long time. It's like, but wait, that's how it used to be. Like, there was even moments in the stream today. Did I do it again? Where they reference like, hey, we get it. This is different. This is new. And I think Mike even said, like, it's been 11 years this way. And it doesn't mean that that was good for it to be that way for 11 years. It just means, like, that's how it was. I mean, think about, like, how much mobile games have improved and gotten better. So there was stuff, like, set up by people 11 years ago who I am very confident are no longer with the company, right? Let's get this fight done. There's no reason to revive when we should. And so, like, I think sometimes there's just these tension points for us as the players as Kabam tries to transition to the game they ultimately want it to be, bringing it from, like, what it was for sometimes literally 10 years. And, yeah, so I think I was answering the question. I don't even remember why I got onto that topic. I wanted to make sure I got this fight done. Nah, Chop, we won't go dust. That's fine. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at who as a collective group, we feel is the best option. Let me claim all this stuff. I can also feel my voice is starting to go. So I'm gonna go get something to drink very quickly, and I will be right back. And then we will. I'm honestly, if any of you feel like you know how to take down this boss, I was actually kind of hoping someone would join call and talk me through it, because I've very much forgotten what I'm supposed to do with him. I'll be right back, like 30 seconds. Hey, thanks for waiting, guys. Bishop is saying best. Chop, I see that. Thank you very much. It's just a rule. I'm sure you'd be great. It has nothing to do with you. I want to be abundantly clear. But I think it's probably been a couple years ago. I made a very clear rule to myself about who is on call and like how long I've needed to know them, see them be on live on stream and things like that. And I've just kind of instituted my own like business rules too, like that I've learned through life and my jobs and things on that. So it's like, it would be fun. And thank you. I know you're coming from a really good place. And I see you get it. I do. I feel the need to explain because you've been so helpful. You're in the Alliance and the Discord and all that stuff. Is like, it's like as fun as things can be. Sometimes they just go really wrong. And that's on me if I let that happen. All right. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll take a look at the mutant roster. That's my Alliance's first loss. It's our first loss. We're in Platinum 3 now. It's going to start happening, guys. Do not sweat it. If any of you are watching, do not worry about it. We are not about where we land. We are about having a great time, being active in-game players, having fun, taking war fights, communicating, living our real lives, going on vacation, hanging out with our families and our friends and our dogs, or maybe just being alone. It's totally fine. This game is not going to dominate our lives, and we're going to have fun playing it, okay? So do not sweat it. We're going to lose a lot, we're going to win a lot, but we're going to have a blast along the way. So do not sweat it. I hope a lot of you are watching. Okay. Who are we thinking here? Onslaught, Dust, Professor X, Domino, Wolverine, Weapon X. Let's stick with the 7 stars. I feel like Bishop, dude. The reason why I'm feeling Bishop is a lot of you have brought him up, so that makes me know he's a good option. Prowess is pretty easy to come by. And I feel like with Bishop, I'm probably not going to have to concentrate too much on like my side of it. And Sim did call that out in his video. I was able to listen to it while I did some dishes last night, actually. That like being able to pay less attention to your side and not having like a defined loop can be really, really helpful. My concern with X is the skill to play him. I haven't played him very much at all. I love X. He hasn't been it lately. No, Bishop's R2, but we are big boosted. Mike, I hope we match up, dude. That'd be fun. Make sure you say hello if we do. And Stoops, yeah. I want the loss. I was hoping the loss would come because I want everyone to just realize, like, it's okay. We're going to try our best because we're having fun. We're not trying our best to demand winning. Like, ain't no one getting kicked because they had a few deaths in this war. That is not what we're doing. Absolutely not. If we're active, if we're in-game, if we're communicating, we're trying to get better, you ain't getting kicked, man. That's just not how it's going to work. That's not what we're about. Bishop will do fine, but I guess we gonna see Dust? No, I was being serious. Nightcrawler, I think my Nightcrawler is only rank 1 though. Yeah, he's only rank 1, and so is my Captain Britain. So, I don't want to R3 Bishop. I just don't play him that much at all anymore. I would be open to ranking Captain Britain because she's going to get ranked up for BG's defense anyway. But I don't think I have the ability to do that. So let's just go with Bishop. We'll just do Bishop. Let's equip a relic. I don't understand this screen. Like, I went to... whatever. We'll put on a high-level relic. Which I guess is that. Select the relic. I will bind the relic. So you all saw me do that. Oh, use a different one? Okay. I'm hoping that now that I'll be done with this, I can do the relic event and then get all the relic stuff done. Okay, equip relic. So yeah, good call out. Like, I don't mind having to I don't mind having to... Sorry, I'm going to shut up for a second because I want to make sure I don't talk and then make the wrong move and then enter the fight without a relic. We all see this, right? Bishop now has the relic on him. I can put him in. Just things being what they are. I'm not trying to crap on the game. Just there's been enough issues lately. I don't want to. So we all see this. You guys see it. It is clearly on the screen. Bishop has a relic. Okay, so let's see. I did take a screenshot from Sim's video. Again, and I can see like some folks have tuned in. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. This is going to be ugly, guys. I just haven't had time, and I need to get this over with. It's not how I would want to do this fight, but here we are. So there's these punishments. Parry or stun, hit into his block. Deal damage with a striker, intercept, deal damage with a special attack. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that up here. And we're just going to get this down. There's going to be a lot of revives. There's going to be a lot of items. We're just going to try to get this down. Put on a block or an armor. Okay. Yep, the screen needed some love. Experiences. Yeah. That was actually better. I feel like they must have improved it recently. It still wasn't perfect, though. Go some Magneto. Okay. Remember, you can only do damage after you've punished bosses heavy or special. So keep... Oh, that's right. Okay, so I got to learn the heavy and the SP1. That's like the whole point of the first phase, right? So it's guaranteed for Chris. Okay, keep your relic to extend your combo when you punish. There's 3 armors, remove them. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's have some fun. I'm going to try to get better at the fight. I'm not going to just like, play with my nose now. But yeah. Don't do same action. Don't do like the same punishment. Parry Sun, hit block. Okay. I'm realizing I already forgot what they were. Parry or stun, hit his block with L1. Hit his block with L1? So with light 1. Okay, that's not special 1. Hit his block with L1, deal damage to striker, intercept twice in a row, deal damage. Okay. I think I got this. That was a nice little step back by him. You know what? I'm remembering this fight now. I never did get this fight down. Like, I could tell I was not soloing. And so what I did is I started being strategic on, like, just trying to get damage done. It was one of those ones where I was like, I've got tons of revives, so I ain't worried about it. I'm very much remembering this fight now. I should have hit his block again. I was trying to intercept. Ah, he got me. Okay, so I think I triggered the thing too much, right? Like, once you trigger it twice, you can't trigger it again. I think that was the general idea. Crazy Canuck. I think that's what I think that's what I moved to. I very much recall this now. That at some point I was like, I'm not even going to try to do like the high level of the fight. I'm just going to revive and just get damage in. Try not to hit after parry and boost. Hey, what's up, Ace? We've had a lot of fun, man. I was gone for so long. I'll admit, I am prioritizing making content, and I don't know. I'm very comfortable with that. So I'm prioritizing like making my videos and whatnot. And so I just need to get this done. Like, I just need to get this done. Yesterday I sat down, and over the course of like 3 hours, I like did work, I did my job, and then did fights in between when I could, and progressed quite a bit. And so, I'm just gonna, I'll stop talking about it because it doesn't do anyone any good. But normally I would have loved to have like really studied Simula's video on how to do this fight and all that. But that's not what we can do today. And that's okay. Like I want to make a video after this is over. Actually, I have like 4 videos I'd love to make, and I see what time it is, and it's probably not going to happen. Question for Kimbo. I see someone answering it already, right? I think that one's tough though, because won't you have to spend to get Soul of Arc at some point? Like, even if you take the thing from all of the chests, I do think Soul of Arc is very good though. So I don't know, man. Must evade the whole SP1, not hit on block, then dash in. Okay. So what was it? Bit heavy. I'm positive I moved to that strategy, which we might just do for this. We'll see. If I can get the SP1 down, then we'll do it. If not, it's okay. His evade is ready. What does that mean? Something went wrong there. I've got the timing of that wrong. We're doing like literally no damage. That's what the evade is. Cool. Figured that out. I'm evading too early on that. Is this normal or legendary? Legendary. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Just hit block, get hit on block. It will build your prowess, then punish heavy. I think we're just going to move to that. As much as I don't like doing that as like a general principle, and that's not what I would suggest people do, I think it's what we're going to need to do to get this done. And I want to get this done today. I am evading too early. I absolutely am. I absolutely am. I am going to try to get it down. What did I do wrong there? Why did he get the evade? Because I felt like I was doing the thing. Why did he get the evade? If it works, it works. The evade comes from he has blocked twice in a row. I think that's what I thought too, but that's not. I don't believe that's the action I had just done. So that's why I was a little confused, because that's what it felt like made it trigger the first time, and I could see that. I could be them being like, if you maybe it's from doing the same, not action, but the same like punishment 2 times in a row. You can see the 3 charges in one of those missions. Thanks, old man easy. You only hit his block once before he gets the evade. Oh, okay. You need to do the other task now. So stun him twice, intercept. Okay. All right. we're getting a feel for it. Wait, that didn't count as an intercept? Isn't one of the things to intercept him twice? I'm clearly not getting it, guys. I know you're explaining it well, but he's getting the evade at times I don't understand. Like, I'm just going to do damage here to get it. I know I don't want him throwing the special too, but I'm annoyed at the moment. I mean, not like really annoyed. Still too early on that SB1. You can only do damage with punishing heavy or special. No, wait, what? You might be referencing like you can only do damage, but you can do damage after any of those. You can do... Wait, really? I thought you could do damage after any of the actions. You need to punish specials or heavies. Okay, thanks, guys. Shows you how much I know. So punish specials and heavies, do damage that way. Then, so what are the other like missions? Let's just call them missions to keep this simple. What are the other missions for then? Like, why have them? Actions give you prowess. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys. It's the wall one that I'm really messing up. Shoot, I thought the intercept, that's just like, you know, I'm sure you guys do that too. Like, you're just used to like throwing the special off the intercept. That was a better run. That was a better run. Thanks, Ace. I appreciate you guys. You guys have honestly explained this fight very well. I appreciate it. Prowess amplifies the damage and lowers the unstoppable from when he throws a special. Cool. Thank you, Anthony. All missions done. Thrice. Good use of the word thrice, Raja. Thank you. All right. Well, unless the second, I think there's 3 phases in this fight. Unless they become significantly harder, I think we got it. Not a solo, but I think we got the general thing. Well, Ed, I don't think we do know, dude. But I believe it is for sure that they will be coming. Okay, so that's gonna be too late. And I should start trying to parry more, right? To build the prowess with Bishop, I believe. I'm still not getting that one. We'll get there, though. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Okay. Phase 2. Is there anything totally different? 3 phases plus indestructible at the end. Okay. You do have enough time to punish after his first set of the heavy. Yeah. No, you're definitely right, Anthony. I'm learning the heavy well enough now where I'm in that phase where, like, I realize I don't do the first opening, and then I'm like, ah, shit, should I still do it or not? Dude, you guys are on fire with the directions today. Thank you. So like right there, trust me, I wanted to go for the, but I was too late on the heavy, so I just let it go. Dude, could that hammer go any slower, Glycon? All right. That's going to be a little tricky, but we'll get there. On the special 2 punish, is there a moment to dive in during the animation? Or do you stay back, evade the hammer, and then he probably has like a really long window to punish? I think I recall Sim actually calling that out. I think there's a long window to punish. Stay back. Thanks, Ice. Okay, thanks, guys. This is actually a pretty fun fight. I see why people... did you guys enjoy it? You guys know it so well? I have a feeling you did. Oh, that is nice, dude. That is very generous. Y'all weren't kidding. And then, of course, I messed it up. But if I had... Yeah, I was hoping that would work after the evade. Oh, he's still unstoppable. No. Come on, dude. This was actually a fun run. Don't ruin it. I know that I'm going to die. I'm just trying to get a little extra damage in. Yeah. All right, cool. I also got a text message during that run. I'm going to check on it quickly. I apologize, Al. This is a family thing. I do need to handle it. Everything's fine. It's just, it is important that I take care of it. Let's get back to it. So the SP1 with the Unstoppable, like, is there anything I can do to make it so I can still punish it? What's up, Andy? Thanks for being here, buddy. Pro tip, you can punish LC if you get hit by the hammer. Interesting. Okay. The length of the box is shortened by the number of dodges done during the special. Oh, okay. All right. We'll get there, dude. We'll get there. That feels like a weird place for the number 2 potion to be. I'm going to exhaust these little ones. How have the connection issues been for you all today? I've been shocked at how little we've had on this stream. Dude, this guy hits like a freaking truck. The accidental strikers are starting to happen more. Bad run. Now I'm getting a phone call. Work and life is starting to infringe. Doesn't that always happen when things get a little more, interesting? Okay. All right. I'll use these. Zero these out. I don't know why these are here. This is going to be a good run. I can feel it. Wait, what? I know that sounded weird if you can't read the chat. Thanks, buddy. That's how I actually am taking it. And I appreciate it that y'all are sticking around and also helping out. Like, yeah, and thank you, buddy. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I'm gonna stop going for the intercepts because they feel so outrageously unsafe. So unless it's just by virtue of like what I call the instinct intercept, I'm just not gonna do it. It is not. He has punished me every single time I've tried the dashback light. I've tried what I feel like is the quote-unquote safe versions. Like that. That was more just me like instinctively going for it instead of trying to force it. This guy's got a hell of a combat power rate, huh? I'm sure there's something that makes that make sense that I'm not thinking about. It's tempting to go for it, but I don't think we're gonna get there. Okay, phase 3. Intercepting is bad. You're on the screen. It's like, okay, stimulating recommended not. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it just feels like Draft Back Light hasn't felt safe. Like nothing has felt safe, except for just, again, like what I'm calling the instinct ones. And the punishment is so severe that if you're wrong, that it's like, is it worth it? Okay, you do have to do the missions. Missions give more powers for specials. You do not. Thank you. Basically, you'll be routed in specials and heavies. He routes you on specials and heavies. You need to learn SP1 Dex. I feel like I've got it. Maybe I don't. We'll find out. Oh, yeah. That could be a problem because I have struggled with the SP1 in the corner, which is what it's going to feel like with the root. And you work on the actions down instead of up. Oh, okay. Basically, your parries and striker stuns won't work at the beginning. Either start intercepting and move it. And now I have to intercept. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's continue to have a good time. All right. All right. Ironically, the SP1 is actually easier for me to dex in the root than the special 2. That's seen just now. That felt pretty good. Yeah, that one felt good. Thanks, Shop. Something about the SP2 threw me off. Like there was, I think it was like a kick from him that I was not expecting at all. The one felt, you know, I said I was like, I tend to visually evade. The SP1, because of that, is he more aggressive right now too? He feels more aggressive. Like the instinct intercepts feel so much better. Come on, like on. All right, now what do I do? Okay, all right. Now what? Just basically wait it out. So this is like I think Cerastes was that way too, right? Just don't get hit. Oh, that could be a problem. Will I still get rooted in the specials? Just wait it out, and then I just have to hit him. I don't have to throw a special or anything. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, what a jerk. What a jerk. After like that beautiful run. That was really nice. I felt like that had felt good. That had felt really good. But that's my own fault for not realizing I would be rooted. Is it worth healing? I don't want to waste my potions. Let's try it without healing and see what happens. Right, he's not unstoppable. He is... Actually, what's going on? Why is he... If this is some sort of bug, I am going to kick and scream. There's a bug on this guy, isn't there? Or is this... Or it... Okay, you have to punish him once. Thank you. I was like, I'm having memories of there being some sort of bug. Okay, thank God. I was about to like... Okay. We did it, boys. Thanks, chat. Y'all are awesome. Like that was so much you guys chat, like talking this through. Felt actually really smooth as we started to get into the second phase there. So, but literally, I mean, there's so many of you here. Wait, what? Carmelo, Rajat, Caesar, Chop, who's been with me since day one. Old Man, Easy, Ice. If I haven't said your name, like it's just because of the chat. I apologize, but you guys coached me through this, so thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Like. The fight actually became quite fun there. We're going to definitely be doing the opening. Should we change the profile picture? I think we should. I think we should change the profile picture. So I am pumped up on that. Thanks. Wait, what? Thanks, Crazy Canuck. Thanks, Ice. Wait, isn't that a profile picture? I want to change it, dude. I feel like I earned that. Where's my glycon? Where are you at, man? Come back to me, baby. Don't be like that. Now it's not the time to be shy, dude. We just went through all that together. What is going on? We got Dazzler. We got that Doom's pretty sweet. Oh, it's an emote? All right. Well, all right. Thank you, you guys. No, it's a profile pic. Yeah, I get it. You guys are answering different questions. Thank you. All right. Now we will put on Glycon. That was pretty sweet, guys. Thank you very much for coaching me through that and telling me that fight. I just had not had the time to really digest all of Sim's guides. It did help me quite a bit on the first three, of course. But I'm pumped up on that. I really like that. That was fun. That was legitimately fun. My $1,000 guarantee is looking not so guaranteed. I mean, I guarantee I will open up that bar tab. So you do not sweat that. That will happen if we do not get those rewards at the top. I still feel pretty confident in it. But every day that goes by, I feel a little less confident. And let's see, what do we now have to open up? I don't think I have a selector, right? Do I? Where is it? I don't want to hit it because I don't know what selector I would have. How many? I How do I know how many of those little guys I got? I have not. I don't think I've bought anything that would. Are they under other? Okay, so I can get the selector. I've got it. Okay, that makes me feel really good. That takes all the things off. Okay, so claim my 7-hour crystal. Oh yeah. No, I think I did. In fact, if I try to log off before we open them, remind me, and we will open this. Yes, it would make the community happy, but free drinks. I know. Well, I feel confident we're going to get those rewards. Okay, I feel very, very confident in that. But if not, we can hang out together and have fun commiserating on why we should have got them. Okay, so what am I opening? I want to do this opening for you all. Pablito, you were here too. Thank you so much, dude, for all the hanging out and coaching through the fight. Let's see here. I mean, we can open this. I don't see why not. Let's go ahead and pop it. Oh, no, wait, this isn't. What am I doing? I'm so excited from the fight. I thought this was a 7-star Nexus. It's not. I think we got to leave the Titans alone, guys. As much as I would love to open one, the next ones are just, the next pool is just so much better. Okay, so here we are. Is this it? Yeah, thanks, Mike. Okay, so this is it? Just these two? This is literally it? Yep. Okay. And the Rig 4. I'm saying that's it because I'm excited. The 3 to 4 gem I think is phenomenal. So, okay, here we go. I truly believe this. You guys will see this in the general tier list that comes out tomorrow. I think Cole and Anti-Venom are like objectively the best. Maybe Viv Vision. I just am never probably going to be a good Viv player. So I want to get either Cole or Anti-Venom. I think I said Anti-Vision. I'm excited. But I'm not upset with Voodoo. I think Voodoo's really good. I think Sabretooth's the one I'm probably going to have the least use for. And of course, I've already got him. So, but I really would love to get Anti-Venom or Cole and then just progress from there. And that'll make the selector a lot easier. So let's just get Anti-Venom or Cole with one of these two crystals. That's all we have to do. I do think Voodoo's good. I really do. You guys will hear my full thoughts tomorrow in the tier list, but okay. Here we go. Anti-Venom or Cole? Anti-Venom or Cole? Make this happen. Come on. No. Shit. An awakened Sabretooth. Man. I mean, I think they're all good. I just don't think I'm going to have a lot of use for Sabretooth. Maybe I'll find out I do. Is there anything else? We can still get 2 selectors. As I scroll through looking for, in case I missed something. I don't want to spend on this event, so I'm not going to be spending on it. I'm gonna I'll open this just to kind of like think through what I'm gonna do here. That's where RNG just like, you know, we're all used to it. It's just like you have so much fun in the quests and we had such a great time, and then you pull like literally. I didn't pull any of the 3 that I would have been excited about. You know, it just kind of, it's like, it sucks to have that downer there. 2 selectors if we hit the, And wait, I didn't earn any points in this thing? How the hell do you get points in this? Oh, no, not this. The relics. How do I do this? I have to spend money? I mean, these are really cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought by doing the Crucible, which I guess doesn't make sense given the names, but I thought by doing the Crucible, rank up the relics, boring. Do the objective, boring. How to get points? Is there something else? That sucks, man. Got the yeah, thanks, Brennan. Thank you for the reminder on it. Thanks for the reminder. Got to spend. Yeah, and I don't begrudge Kabam with the spending. I don't begrudge him in general for wanting to make money on the game. It's just like right now I'm a little annoyed, you know. So I wanna provide the context for it all. It's not like I was expecting to get a bunch of relic stuff. Like I had no expectation of that. I think that would have been. I don't know. I don't want to comment too much because I'm a little irritated at the moment, and I don't want to say something that I don't mean. I guess let's do this. We're going to open up the. We're now going to open up the rebirth crystals, right? The video hasn't come out where I'm going to tabulate all of them and stuff. You guys will see. Oh, it'll be interesting. I'm not going to spoil it, but you guys will see that. I've had a lot of this. My luck on this has been a lot of literally this, which is like, if this is free, cool. If you spend $99 on it, not so cool. Not so cool. I know, Valiant Crystal time. No. 50% of it's your 6 class catalyst, which I have been needing, but it's kind of annoying that I've been needing that. I appreciate one of you actually calling out, like, dude, why aren't you doing the incursions one? I should be. It's one of the reasons why I don't do incursions is I'm like, I don't want to spend my units because, there we go. There we go. To the point of the spreadsheet wizards, Adamantium's like, if you whine enough, Kabam gives you one. He's apparently correct. He's apparently correct. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't do incursions. I'm like, I don't care enough about the mode to spend my units on it. It's not like, you know, what we just went through. So if this stuff was more like available, I think I would probably do incursions a bit more. W pool, yeah. I'm that's huge. In fact, it's not spoiling anything. On Monday, I have a video coming out. I actually recorded it, and it was supposed to come out yesterday. You'll be able to tell that it was supposed to come out earlier than it did. Where I have so many champions I want to rank 4. I can rank 4 one now. I want to hear from you guys. I'm always doing the tier list. I'm always giving the advice. I want you guys to tell me, like, you should rank up this one. Now, I've narrowed it down to a handful of champions that I would be happy to rank up. But I want to hear what you all have to say, and then I'll pick one and we'll go with it. I hope everyone likes that. I think it's a fun concept as a YouTuber. Because I also want to rank up who you guys want to see, you know? And so I hope you all like it. It'll be coming out Monday, and I'll rank 4 a champion based on the comments and the thoughts on it. Why are we going for incursion potions? Because sometimes we don't have to. Sometimes I do incursions for like the saga or whatever, and I hate spending units on incursions. I can't stand it. And once I get to a certain room, I'm like everyone else. I'm like, I just want to get this over with. So if I can get items and not have to spend units on them, I'll do it. So that's why. And honestly, Chop, like, I end up selling potions and revives. I don't use them. So, yeah, they would just go to waste. All right, let's go for some more tier 7 basic here, huh? Dude! Maybe I'll be taking 2 champions to rank 4. One video will come out on Monday. That's followed one will come out on Tuesday. I would love to have that problem. But if you guys end up enjoying that video or that idea, I'd be happy to keep doing that going forward. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It also is like, who do you guys want to see videos on, right? Because that's who I've ranked up. So there's a lot of purposes. Make sure you like hit the like button on it. So that'll be fun. Hey, what's up, Maddie? How you doing? Matt Hill? this is where I'm like, I should be logging on to my free to play, the Vega Prime, but there's so much going on in game anymore. I like avoiding the temptation. It's like why you don't eat one potato chip. No one's ever eaten one potato chip in their whole life. I know if I start logging on to the Vega Prime account, they'll be like, well, if I just do a few, and then 3 hours will go by, and I'll be like, great, I didn't progress my Vega 583 account, and I didn't make any videos. That'll be fun. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Didn't even get one tier 7 basic till now. Dude, I'm sorry. Like, when they're free, it's like, okay, that kind of sucks. When you've paid for it, it's like a swift kick to the nuts. So I'm sorry, Snowmoon. So I thought this was another one. I'm getting greedy now. I'm getting greedy. Okay, and that is it. So that will go into, oh, no, not done yet. Okay, well, yeah, the main account. Yeah, Matt, I know you got an alt too, so yeah, I hear you. Best have no expectations. Yeah, absolutely, old man easy. I think in general with this game, kind of like you saw, I had so much fun in the quest, and then I was down because I didn't pull Coal or Anti-Venom. The Titan situation is looking good. In 10 days and 21 hours, we will do an opening. So many good champions coming in, and the worst one is going out of there. So happy about that. Let's at least, though, I meant what I said. I'm not going to spend on the event. Not out of principle. It's just I'm not going to. I'll save my entertainment budget for a future sale, Silver Samurai potentially, or for the next big holiday sale that comes by, which is more what I usually do. But Silver Samurai does look really cool, so we'll see. And I'm going to get this now. And even though RNG went against me hard, I'm still going to get my boy Cole, the big man with the big hammer doing big, massive damage. I will be ranking him up. I think we will be getting an Awakening Gem, right, with this event. Please tell me that we will. Did I already get it? Yes, I did. So let's awaken that boy. I meant what I said to you. Now, wait, is there any possibility I'm going to get more crystals? That's the only reason why I would potentially not do this, is if we could get more crystals, and I'm not going to spend on them. So do we know that we're going to get more crystals? Does anyone know? Vega, we're going to get 2 rebirth selectors. You got 3 for now. Get 1 from the calendar, 1 from Relic Event, and 1 from Relevant. We get this. Calendar selector, maybe? Shoot. I really want to awaken him. He's the one that I wanted. Screw it. I don't care. I know this isn't the smart idea, but I put in the work. I put in the time. So did you all. We're freaking doing it. This is the guy I wanted. And earlier on the stream, I was saying that I am a big believer in the way the games, particularly is now, that if there's the champion you want and they're going to get a benefit out of being awakened or out of 6, and you can do it, and they're the one you really love, do it. It is going to be fun. It's a fun game. It's meant to be fun. And like almost no champion is necessary. Make the ones that are really great even better. That's where I'm at right now. So I'm doing it. I'm pumped. We'll get him to rank 4 very, very soon and just beat the crap out of stuff. Dude, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you for all the coaching through. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. Thank you for telling me. You're like, well, the reason we're doing this is because we find you entertaining and helpful. So love that. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Mr. Mega Beast and Stig, for the membership. So many members in the chat, so many moderators, so many people come in, and you guys are literally why this is fun. So huge thank you. Yeah, keep an eye out for the general tier list on Saturday. On Sunday, I will be doing, assuming I can get my mother-in-law's coming into town. I actually really do like that woman. She's great. I'm lucky to have some great in-laws. But I will get the I will get a showcase recorded and up so Sunday showcase can continue on. And then yeah, I think that is it, everybody. I'm sure someone's streaming, but I'm not immediately seeing it. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'll catch you all with a video tomorrow. Take care. Have a great weekend.